What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den this evening. I am your host, Ed Honcho, man, and I thank you for joining the community this evening. I hope you're all doing well. If you are in the chat, make sure you're on live chat, not top chat, because that's where I was. That's where all the others hang. If you really in the community, you got to be in that live chat, because that's where it go down at. Tonight, man, we're going to continue the conversation we were having earlier. Had a lot of external shit going on, and it was just kind of impacting the way things were flowing. It was just kind of hindering some of the conversation, and some very deep stories were being shared, and it's just kind of upsetting that, you know, just that little bullshit outside noise was hurting it. The garage is hot. It feels good outside, and I'm mad because I need to fucking open this bitch up or something. But again, I'm Ed Honcho, man. Welcome to the Den. This is the best conversation on the internet. The reason why this is the best conversation on the internet, if you never thought so before, if you were able to catch the live, well, quote unquote lives, so it got split in half, lives this morning, and you didn't feel anything from some of them stories, man, I don't know what to tell you. And this is why this is so great, that people have a place to kind of let loose and share that. And I'm glad. I want to shout out to all the ladies of the Den who called in this morning and shared their stories, and it was deep. You know, I sat and I talked to my old lady about some things, and it was just, getting an understanding of her background. It's not stuff that I already knew, but it just made me see things in a different light, and makes me want to be a better individual in my life. So I thank y'all for sharing that. But we're going to continue this conversation about daddy issues. I don't know if I'm going to recant as much as I was talking about this morning. It's more so maybe got to get into the conversation. Hey, if you like the channel, if you OG, you've been here for a little bit, hit that like button. If you are new to this, hit that subscribe button, and also, you got double duty. And make sure you check out the Den Show on all the proper social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all Den Show Live. denshowlive@gmail.com if you just want to reach out. If you got any questions, you want to share a news story, whatever it may be. You can always call the Den line, even when the Den is not live. You can call 833-284-3336, call or text. So if you got a screenshot or a picture of something that you want to share, saying you'd like to hear some commentary on, feel free to share that. And I'll do my best to get with you. I didn't really put out a lot today because they were working that shit all day. It really just got up out of it maybe about an hour or so ago. So that kind of hindered some of the stuff I intended to do. If you want to support the channel, go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. You can send news too. I'll look. I'll look. I'm like, interesting. Oh, that's no good. Nah, but you go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. If you would like to make a one-time donation to the channel. If you would like to make a monthly pledge to the channel, go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Stina Starry-Eye, James Martin, Dan the Man, Diana Johnson, and Goya. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you so very much for committing to the Den and the future of the Den. So let's kind of get into it. Again, I just got to say thank you again for everybody who called and just. It's one thing when you kind of hear stories, and it's another thing to hear it from the source. And those stories that all you ladies shared, they were deeply impactful. Let's see what we got joining us tonight, and then let's kind of get into the conversation because it's a lot to talk about. Vici, Rashida, Miss Meat, Coultry, what's the motherfucking deal? Keisha R, my name, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell, always good to see you. Female Pimp. Y'all told her how to find out about the pistachios. See, I was doing good, man. Y'all shouldn't have told her nothing about them damn pistachios. Pimps don't need no pistachios. Only one lie, what's the motherfucking deal? The two, Nana Johnson, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Kay Grace, glad you could join us live. Always good to see you. Let me see. Charlie Hunt, what's the motherfucking deal? Just a slight delay, had to take care of something. Heidi, we don't wait on you to start. We should start earlier, so Heidi can't make it. We got to figure out, I got to see how her time zone operates. We're going to start doing lives whenever Heidi's asleep. But AI doesn't sleep, so there's that. Rashida Reed, what's the motherfucking deal? Shannon Jones, me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on. How you doing this evening, Miss Jones? Good to see you. Let me see. Joseph Snow, what's the motherfucking deal? Jared Key, what's the motherfucking deal? Charlene, makes me think of who's that? Anthony Hamilton. Alicia Moore, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Kenesha S, what's the motherfucking deal? Ellen Davis, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm glad that all of you could join this evening, and I sincerely appreciate all of you for coming through. Who getting deboed? Oh man, that's crazy. So let's talk about it, man. Like I say, this morning, and I'm just gonna kind of do a quick recap. And I discussed it that I don't think it's just women that have daddy issues. Men can have daddy issues too. I just don't think men call them daddy issues. But and that is the failure to teach your son or to be a man, to be a representation of a man that you should be, to carry on, quality behaviors. I think that's more so the impact on men. But I think men have the ability to go and find that, through other mentorship, other leadership, other guidance. But I think with women, it can be lasting and impactful to have more long-term consequences. And what I mean by that is, if you never had that male role model, if you never had that father to be the first man to treat you or show you how you should be treated, when you venture out into the world and you start coming across different men and things like that, you don't know what is acceptable and what isn't. And sometimes it can be too late. Sometimes you can fall into a situation where you with a guy, you think it's good, or you don't see those signs, and then a kid comes into the picture or abuse comes into the picture. Now, something that I never thought of before the streams today that was shared with a lot of the stories is not only having absentee father issues, but having fathers who were present but shitty, abusive fathers who were present. And that is a different element that I just never entertained. That is an element that it didn't cross my mind until some of these stories that were shared. And that seems like it could almost be worse than having the absentee father. I mean, it's neck and neck. I mean, it's all bad, and each story is different. But we saw the impacts of what some of the ladies said, how it impacted them with low self-esteem and how they thought of themselves in certain ways. Or some of the ladies shared how, seeing an abusive man in a relationship showed them what they didn't want. But it's a difference. I don't know how many of y'all believe in certain things or listen to certain things. If y'all heard of the law of attraction and things of that nature. The law of attraction is, that you attract the things that you want, or the things that you focus on more so. And in life, it's just, you get what you focus on, your energies on. Now, if you focus on what you don't want, then there's a possibility that you can get what you don't want. If you never know exactly to specify what it is that you do want, it's harder to attract that. And so sometimes you can know what you don't want and still get that. And so I'm just listening to all the stories that were told today, and it was just a lot going on, man. There's a lot to process, and some of them were just really disheartening. And to know that men are out there like that, man, we have to start holding other men accountable for their bullshit. Now, I'm not saying go Gillette. I'm not finna go Gillette. Hey, bro, not cool, bro. We ain't finna do all that shit. That's that stupid shit. But when you know that there is a man who is engaging in behavior detrimental to his family, detrimental to, women, then you have to stop that. I'm talking about abuse. Now, hey, if he's get his Mac on, let that man get his Mac on. I'm not finna stop no man from, spitting game or doing whatever he wants to. But when it comes to the point where it's physical harm present, where there's things of that nature, then you have to be a man to step in. It's hard for a woman to fight that off. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, you have to step in and be that. But at the same time, I've told you stories of me and dealing with issues of domestic violence and how I feel about that, and I still don't stray from that. But if it's a member of your family, then, you may have to do what's necessary. I mean, you're going to have to really consider what's going on. But at the same time, if she's still accepting that, it's hard to pry somebody away from a situation like that. So that's where it gets really sticky, because I've advised people many times that I'm not getting involved in domestic violence issues, especially with a person that I don't know, because I've done that multiple times before, only to, risk my freedom, risk my livelihood, my health, or whatever it may be. And then the chick only go back to the dude hours later, if not the next day, or whatever it is. And so, you put yourself at risk for nothing. Or you have motherfuckers, you call yourself trying to help somebody, and shit, the chick will turn on you too, because you beating up the person you love. So I think that there's a lot that goes into that when you must consider. But at most, men, step up and be men to your family. Give your children, if you have a son, if you have a daughter, be there and be a quality representative of everything that's right. And that's the biggest thing that you can do. I'm gonna make recant that you can't always go and get involved in other people's relationship, but that's the biggest thing that you can do. You know, and sometimes you may have to sit that dude down and say, you know, hey, let him know what it is. Look, hey, if you don't get your shit right, I'm gonna get you right. You know, just depends. Anyway, of all the things I heard today, though, this morning, and we're gonna open up the line. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk too much longer. Of all the things I heard today, the most gangster shit I've heard from all the stories today was Miss Rashida eating the cupcakes. I can't get over that. Shout out to Miss Rashida shit. If ain't nobody getting no cupcake shit, if I can't have none, ain't nobody getting none. I'm with that shit. I'm with all that gangster shit. Shout out to Miss Rashida for sharing that with us. But with that being said, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let us open up the line. And speaking of simpish type behavior, I see Kenneth Cologne has joined us tonight. So shout out to Simp and Ken. You know, Simp and Ken, I'm proud of you. Simp and Ken got him a podcast going. I don't know what it's about. I haven't listened to it, but I'm sure it's, you know, mastering the ways and arts of simping. So if you into that, make sure you go check out Simp and Ken's podcast. I'm sure it will be excellent. Oh, here we go. All right. Give me a second. Let me get all the stuff appropriate. Let me get everything right. Let me get everything proper, because you know I like to take notes. You know I like to ask questions. Haters. Look, I'm telling y'all, I'm stealing these notes so that I can become a better person. You people. What do you mean, you people? Y'all make me a better person daily, day in and day out. When we have these conversations, even if some of these conversations are ratchet and crazy, I promise that each and every one of you, when you call in, you share your story and you talk and we talk to each other. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know how that works with anybody else. But I know I take away a lot when I hear these things, and y'all make me a better person. Every caller. I know some of y'all be on some far left shit, but I fucks with y'all. So, again, real quick, before we open up the den line, make sure, hey, if you're following, that's the number. That's not what I'm talking about. I'll be clicking the wrong button sometimes. Players fuck up. Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to follow my personal accounts, if you want to follow all the Den Show accounts, you have Twitter, Facebook, like the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and you can send an email at denshowlive@gmail.com if you need to reach me in any way. And again, you can also use the Den line. Also, if you enjoy the channel, if you enjoy the content, hit that like button. If you're new to this and you're just checking it out, hit that subscribe button. We go live every night, 10 p.m., Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Den at 10. Remember that. It's super easy. Streamlabs.com/The Den Show. If you want to make a one-time donation, if you want to consider pledging to the show as we grow, Patreon.com/The Den Show. Let's get this thing cracking, man. Let's open up this line. Hope everybody's feeling good, feeling fine, man. Let's spend a little time. You know, I'm a freestyle king. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting dice with Donald Trump, Bill Gates, and Ed McMahon. You know, y'all don't know nothing about that. Let's get it. All right, I think everything else goes cool. So, well, I guess I should actually open up the line. Let me cut the system on so y'all can actually call in. I'm just sitting here and be just looking all goofy faced. Let's see. Prepaid, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see who else has joined us. Kenneth, even though you get on my nerves, what's the motherfucking deal? Rebecca Sear, what's the motherfucking deal? Make sure I ain't missing nobody. I hope y'all are having a wonderful evening, all of you. All I'm gonna say is, you know, don't ever try to punk Rashida with no cupcake. She gonna get your ass. The other sin with the grape cherries and yogurt. I got to get a shot of Patron. Oh, we finna turn up tonight. It's going down. Okay. And Kenneth. I mean, if you working movies, I wouldn't even get no ticket. I'd just push right past you. Ain't nobody worried about you. Debo, you free movies on me. Who you gonna stop? You can't even get past the tight ends from Katie, man. You sure as hell ain't finna stop me. Oh man, but Look, you got to start somewhere. Yeah, that little message you sent, you don't know about that. You got to start somewhere, little nigga. Hey, it's better than zero, right? So do your thug thing. You better make that shit shake. So, here's the deal. And kind of just recapping some of the things that we heard. And just looking at it, I wonder, you got to earn double digits. You know what I'm saying? When you can prove that you have that value, you'll get that value. Until you prove that you are worth a double digit an hour pay, then you'll get that. But until then, you got to start somewhere. You got to establish yourself first. So while you're talking that nonsense, that's that entitlement generation. You one of them $15 an hour McDonald's motherfuckers. Shame on you. That's why y'all get replaced by the damn machines. You already ain't got to go talk to nobody. You can order your tickets on the damn phone and shit and just walk up, scan your shit, get your tickets. So, but like I say, some of the calls today, and it just had me thinking about family, you know. Family. You can't pick your family. This was something that was stated, you know, a couple of times. You can't pick your family, but you can choose who you spend time around. And I agree with that. It's a lot of family I don't really fuck with. And not to say that I just have a bad family. It's just, you know, certain characters I don't rock with. I have certain people in my family who are doing very well for themselves, but their behavior, their personality is not ideal for me to be around. Otherwise, we're going to have a situation. But not to my knowledge, you know. I don't know if any of them was. It'd probably be that little dirty ass uncle of mine. I don't trust that nigga. That nigga pervert. I don't trust him. And if you're watching, yeah, nigga, I said it. But I don't think we ought to have, or like I say, none that I know of, because the family, they talk shit. They talk like a motherfucker. So I don't think that we have, or I've experienced knowing that anybody in my family has engaged in any of those behaviors. There have been a situation too that I can think of. Not that I think that there was an outcome from it, but you know, sketchy things that have been said, questionable things. But I don't think anything took place. But you know, as a man, I sit and you wonder, how do you handle something like that? Because some of the ladies shared stories, and it just makes me wonder, well, what other men were around to check these behaviors if they were familiar with it? And you know, some folks said they had uncles that were engaging in these despicable behaviors. They had, you know, people that they thought they could rely on to go and speak with about these behaviors. Exactly. That's why they don't get 15, because of the ice cream machine, goddammit. But shit, what do you need? Okay, yeah, pay them all 15. And then what's gonna happen? Niggas gonna go start using that little kiosk, right? That little kiosk where they already got in every McDonald's. Like that little kiosk should be motivation to every McDonald's worker to step their motherfucking game up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to step their motherfucking game up. They just look, hey, that damn machine, these motherfuckers getting their orders out faster. I don't even know. Like, man, look, you go over there, push a couple of buttons, your shit ready. The motherfucker you talking to trying to get your order, he don't know where the button is on the thing. Everything is pictures on that little screen. So all you're doing is hitting the little picture, minus this, no mayo, mo this, and it's like pictures and plus signs, so it's not that hard. So if a customer can come in and do that shit on their own, not knowing how to use, I mean, that kiosk is basically the same thing that's on that screen. And so if a customer can come in and do it by themselves, what is the purpose of the cashier? I don't know, you say customer service, human interaction. But shit, half the fucking cashiers are rude and goofy like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So what's wrong with Chipotle? Why you tripping on Chipotle, man? So like I said, when people want these, you know, $15 an hour. What does that do to the price of the burger? Okay, well, we can either keep these low margins that we already have and lose on that, or we can just fire your asses and replace you guys with all kind of automated services. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, That's what I'm saying. Like, look, robot ain't never caught an attitude with me. You know what I'm saying? Screen might be dirty or something, but shit. Well, shit, you see AI is fucking, the AI now know how to do everything. Shit, look, I'm telling y'all, man. They got the damn dogs, robot dogs opening doors and shit. Y'all seen the robot snake? Have y'all seen the fucking robot snake? That motherfucker climbing up poles and shit. Look, I don't like real snakes. What the fuck I'm gonna do to a robot snake? I don't, man. Look, I can't fuck with it. But again, like I said, in the world we live in, you know, people want so much more, but they want to do so much less, and that sense of entitlement, you know. You better hit that Chipotle, man, and then open you up a black burrito stand, man. You know what I mean? A robot snake. That motherfucker was rolling and twisting up the little thing, like going around. Man, I forgot what that is. Is it Boston Dynamics or something like that is the name of the company? And they have all that shit. And that's why I say, man, that one episode is called Heavy Metal, I believe, of Black Mirror. That shit scares the shit out of me. It's a fucking, like this robot dog thing. And it's like fucking with this person. That fucking dog exists already. You know what I'm saying? 1676, what's the motherfucking deal? You know what I'm saying? Man, you deal with that robot snake if you want to. Well, hey, look, not that kind. Hey, Jack. Hey, look, I don't know what kind of snake y'all talking about. But, you know, can't win, can't get over, can't get out the game. You can always win. You just gotta establish some new rules. Female pimp is you pimping. You ain't gotta work fast food. You know what I'm saying? Just check your track. You all good. But yeah, because that shit is real, and that's why I say, man, I seen that shit. I was like, man, I'm cool. I ain't watching no more Black Mirror for about a week. You know, I ain't a nigga that has nightmares or nothing. But that shit there, I was like, damn, that shit is here. And then when I seen the one when they had the dog, this was real life. The dog opened the fucking door. Then that bitch held the door open, and then the other little dogs started coming through. The little robot dog. I'm like, man, this is the beginning of the end. They had the one like a robot bull or some shit. I don't know. I guess they you know, they little body types are supposed to be whatever they call them. This bitch like fell over on the fucking hill. That bitch got itself back up, started climbing the hill. That shit learns on its own. Man, it's tough. Oh, it's tough. Look, we supposed to be talking about that here. So we talk about AI. That's how the den works sometimes. We supposed to be on one topic, you know, we go left field, but it is what it is. It's the den. Man, fast food, that shit is 40% rubber and shit. You know, it is what it is. That shit be bothering me. You see those videos of the rats in the Wendy's packages, and you know, you think, look, hey, ain't no raisins in the potato salad. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, man, people mad, like they mad about their job, but I mean, the thing is, people don't realize how you can win in fast food and stuff like that. What I mean by that is just going in there and executing to the fullest of your ability. You have certain people who are daily fast food customers who have solid jobs and things like that, and they see that kind of stuff. And you can get a lot of opportunities by giving the best customer service that you possibly can. But people go in there, well, this is all I'm getting paid, so this is all I'm doing. You know, you're not going to get paid anymore if you're limiting your work ethic. If you're limiting your work ethic to the price that you know that you get per hour, you got to show that your value is more than that. If you want to get more value, you want to get more money, you have to show that you're more valuable than what you're getting paid. And evidently, it will come. So, Kenneth, you ain't an OG. You lost your status. You know what I'm saying? You questionable right now. I don't even know. I don't even think I know you that well. So the only fear he really has is AI. I'm not surprised because, man, you've seen this another thing they showed, like these computer models that they have, and these motherfuckers are learning how to walk. And that shit is crazy because it looks like small babies when they learn how to walk, you know. Michael Jordan's only fear was AI. So, but getting back serious to it, you know, and doing all that, say, for customer service, you must stay professional, but Lord, when it fucking command, look, I feel you. You gotta, man, have y'all seen that video? And that shit is the greatest video on the internet right now, in my opinion. The little black dude, he looks kind of soft, kind of feminine, But he's just like, it's above me right now. You know, she got on the phone. She called me a fucking nigger, and you know, it's just above her. And they just be, please, my daughter's staying here. My grandma's here. You know, can we just, the Best Western across the way? It's above me now. That shit is the greatest fucking thing on the internet right now. This is above. I love that shit. Has me dying. Kill them with kind. Ain't no point in fucking snapping and doing all the ratchet shit. Man, you just got to learn how to finesse. If you encounter a situation, you better learn how to finesse that shit. Getting angry and looking foolish is gonna be the one. You're gonna be the one that ends up getting played. That shit is so fucking funny to me. You know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You know, he's like, oh, well, I was on the phone when she said, I'm sorry, I can't give you a room. It's above me now. It's above me. That shit is hilarious. That shit is so fucking funny. Hey. That's how you're supposed to do it. There ain't no point in snapping and getting mad, jumping over the counter, trying to beat customers up. Now, if they try to physically harm you, then you got to do like the two chicks in the McDonald's and knock the titty out the shirt. But as far as if it's on the up and up and everything's copacetic, man, look, just handle your business professionally, and you will win. You will win. You know what I mean? Well, exactly. Kay Lamar, what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. You gotta Googleize that. Female pimp. But man, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just have to be kosher. So what's going on? Y'all scared? What's on your mind, Lou? Did we get all the good calls this morning? Because this is a conversation I feel like we definitely have to continue. I know a lot of people said they want to continue this one tonight. And T.I.'s sister died of overdose of cocaine. Didn't he just lose a sister and now he lost another one? That's tough. That's tough, man. I'm not even gonna crack any jokes on that. That's man, Shannon, I don't know if you heard the shared, if you heard, you know, the calls that were shared this morning. And again, like nobody can force you. Oh, the same one. Oh, the same one. Oh, okay. Man, look, you have to. I mean, it's up to you. If you feel like it's something that, you know, you can get off your chest or text. I mean, well, if you want to text into the line, I know it says call the den. For those of you who don't know, you can text also. And if you want it to be anonymous, just put anonymous in the message and I'll make sure not to. But put anonymous in the beginning of the message. I'll be to start reading the whole damn text on the screen and be like, see anonymous at the end and be to forgot. So if you want to text something in anonymous, put anonymous and then, you know, put the rest of your message. I'll read that too. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Miss Meat.
Miss Meat, how are you doing, Miss Meat?
I'm all right. Earlier, I had to hang up because I was getting a little emotional, you know, before I could finish my story. So, you know, I told y'all about that coach.
Yes.
And the first time in 31 years, I told that story twice in 1 week. Well, what happened was the last time I went and visited my hometown, which is Oklahoma, me and my husband was in the grocery store. So I seen him.
Wow.
And my husband was on another aisle. And I just stood there and I looked at him. And he looked at me. So I just started crying. You know, my husband came around the corner and Buddy was gone. He was like, what's wrong? So I lied to him. I told him, well, you know, I was breaking down about my daughter because, you know, I had lost my daughter last year. And I went home to try to heal around my family and this and that. So I put it on that. But what made me bring it up to him a few days ago is when they passed that abortion law to where women couldn't decide for themselves when they want to have an abortion. And that really got to me. So the first time I told him that story, you know, was a few days ago. And I told him, I said, when we was in the store and I broke down, I said, this is what happened. He didn't even know it happened to me because I never disclosed that to him because it was only 3 people that knew. It was my mama, it was it was the principal, and it was the police, and nobody did anything. So I never, ever mentioned it to anyone else. Well, my sister knew, but I never mentioned it to anyone else. So when I told him the story about what happened to me, he just looked at me, and he couldn't say anything. He just hugged me. He was just like, why you never told me that? I said, because that was just something I couldn't share. So when I could share it earlier today, it's It's like a monkey off my back. Like, because I've always kept that in, and I know that was part of my problem as well. It was keeping stuff in. So if you guys have a woman and find, and like I said, you can't share everything in your life with all men because they use it against you. But like you, Honcho, you said, you went and told your girl she loved and you talked to her, if you think sometimes women act a fool because it's just so much that we hold in. I'm not saying every woman because there's some crazy bitches out there, trust me, that have no reason to be crazy. But sometimes you gotta, when you find somebody that's broken, because most of the time a lot of women are broken. And when they find a good man, they don't know how to act around a good man because we're broken. So you gotta, kind of find out what's going on with them, because that's something that I held in my life. This man, he took advantage of me. I got pregnant. I went to him, told him I was pregnant, and then this motherfucker driving me to an abortion clinic. What the fuck is an abortion? You know what I mean? What is going on with me? And that killed me until today. I think what that baby would have been. What's that baby name? What's that baby could have been a president? But he made me. And back then, you didn't have to. He signed in as my father. I'm too scared to say anything because he telling me I'm going to be looked at like a hoe. And like I said, I never had no male, not one male positive role model around me, so I didn't know what to do. It was, it really affected my life for 31 years. It affected my life up until I was able to talk about it. So when I talked to you guys about it earlier, you was the second group since 31 years that I talked to about it, and it was really kind of therapeutic, regardless of what anybody say. I don't know what led me to this group. Matter of fact, I think it was the Malia thing. I was just, going through YouTube, and I just happened to see your show, and I listened to, things on podcasts and YouTube and things like that, and I don't know what led me to it, but it did. And, me sharing my story is more than what y'all think, because I was not able to talk about it for 31 years. I told my husband a few days ago when they passed that stupid abortion law, telling women what they could do with their body. That's what made me talk about it. Even though I don't know if I wanted one then or if I didn't. I really didn't have a choice. This man strong-armed me in every single way. And then I seen him last year after I lost my daughter. It was just like slapping me in the face. And I just looked at the Lord like, why me? Like, why does stuff always happen to me? Like, after all these years, I see this motherfucker in the same place I am. What is that? And I didn't tell my husband because the type of dude he is. He real calm. He don't say nothing. He don't bother nobody. But if I'd have told him what this man did to me and while I was standing there crying, he probably would have been in jail in Oklahoma City. He would have been locked up. So I didn't say anything. And then I couldn't because I was frozen. And he knew. And the thing is, I'm 47 now. And he still knew who I was because he looked at me. He had a little smirk on his face. And I had my gun in my purse because I'm licensed to carry. And I just thought about it. I could see everything in me pulling my gun at my purse and shooting this man. But I didn't. I froze up. And my husband came around that corner, and I just, put it off on. I just broke down because of my baby. Her name, I said, I broke down because of Brianna. So he carried me out the store. But he really didn't know what it was until just the other day. It's we need more men to step up. I don't care what color man, I don't care what race. We need more men to protect us. That's the daddy. I mean, if you have daddy issues, because like me, I didn't have no daddy. I didn't have no uncle. I didn't have no male, nothing around me that showed me what a man is supposed to act like until I got married. So we need more men to just step in. If you see your nieces, your nephews, because it's another woman out there dealing with this. It's a lot of other women dealing with this, not just me. Even this day and age, that don't have not one male around her to show her what it's supposed to be like.
I agree. And after hearing some of these stories, it became, that much more prevalent to me that a lot of this is going on. And, like I said, I know you said the Malia thing later, but I'm glad that, we found you. I don't know if you found, I think we found you. And I'm just glad that you are here. And I mean, since you've come in and just everything that you've shared, everything that you've called in and said, Miss Meek, like, I don't know if it's of any solace, but I know, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the den folk are. I'm just glad you're here, and I'm glad you shared these things with us. And if it's of any help, if it's of anything, I'm happy that you're here.
Yeah, and like I said, I hope some male come in here, and that maybe even used to abuse women or used to do things like tell us what was on your mind and to make you do like that. Do that to a woman. What was it in your past? Was it your dad? Did you see your dad do it? Did you not have a dad? Because women can't speak. I can't think for a man. A man can't think for a woman because I've seen men say, well, why didn't you just leave? Well, why didn't you just do that? You don't understand being a woman, and you don't understand being vulnerable and in the state where you're looking at somebody that that's going to overpower you and may kill you. You don't know. We need to know what's on men's mind. I mean, it's a lot of, it's a lot of women here, and a lot of us can share different stories, and it's a lot. But I just haven't. I know somebody's dealing with something. Let us know. That's what I want to know. What, or maybe they knew somebody that did it, or maybe they somebody shared something with them. It's just. But I have, and I can tell you this. Even through everything I've been through, I lost my mother. I lost my grandpa. I lost everybody in my life. I lost my daughter, and and I stand here and I say, how am I still standing? I'm still standing because I guess even if you're religious or if you're not religious, I am. God, I don't know no other way to explain everything I've been through. And people might say, well, she might just be making this up. Who want to make up something like that? Who want to go through life like this? But I am still a success story. I didn't let it kill me. I didn't let it bury me. I didn't let it take me to suicide. I didn't let it, make me abuse my kids or neglect my kids or follow the same cycle. So to me, I'm a success story, even though everything, and I haven't even shared everything I've been through. And I don't. One day I may get to that point, but it's way more stuff, and it's just like I got a tough break in life as a female. But we need more males and more like you, Honcho, and some of the men in here, like Prepaid and Professor Trill and some of the other guys that call in. Listen, it's hard to find men like that, and the way they think and the way they talk about family and kids and raising their kids, it's hard to find men like that. And we need more men like that. And they need to. And when people say mentor, you think you just got to mentor your same sex? No, mentor women.
Yeah. I don't know
You got to
now.
mentor women too. Just like a woman can mentor a man, we can't raise him to be a man, but maybe we can mentor. But we do definitely need men to step in for women, the good ones.
I agree. I agree. Now, I know a lot of men these days are scared because of a lot of these accusations and falsehoods that are going on. But I mean, I don't know what. I agree. I mean, you have to. Otherwise, what's going to change? It's going to continue to perpetuate. It's going to continue to be the same thing over and over again. And again, like I say, you just hope that you don't get caught up in a situation. But you can't let that be the thing that keeps you from at least deal with your own family. If that's the if you're afraid of dealing with strangers or whatever else it is, like you said, nieces or whatever family members you have, you got to do something. You got to do something because it's only going to get worse.
But the difference is today more girls and women are speaking up. So that's the good thing. I mean, a lot of people don't like that Me Too movement, and some people's using that just for bullshit, for publicity and all that. But it is more girls who really women been through this speaking up. So that's the good thing about now. And then when I was coming up, because they speak about it. Yeah. So that's a good thing too. But I'm gonna let somebody else get on the line. I know we wanted part two, so I'm pretty sure some more people got something to say. And they call back in later, but I'm listening.
All right, well, Miss Mead, as always, I appreciate you calling in and, like I say, opening up and sharing your story with us because I know it's not easy. So I thank you.
Right.
All right,
Okay. All right.
all
Bye,
right,
y'all.
all right. You know, I like Miss Mead. I mean, she a Falcons fan. I mean, everybody can't be perfect. You know, everybody can't be perfect, but I like Miss Mead. Shout out to Thunderbolt Man 9999, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you dropping some Digimons in the den and supporting the channel. Shout out to Thunderbolt. Man, y'all remember them? I don't know if they were nationwide. At Thunderbolt, we fix it right and we guarantee it too. I forgot how it goes. If your motor or transmissions, something. Y'all remember them Thunderbolt commercials? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember. I don't know if that was a nationwide. It might have been an H-Town thing. But man, them hoes used to kill me. When she came in, what it was she? Was that? Who was the one where she threw the tire back through the window because it was like a raggedy tire or some shit? Them Thunderbolt commercials, that was some old school shit. Y'all don't know nothing about that, man. But shout out to Miss B. Hey, we gonna convert you. You know what I'm saying? But I agree, and it's a tough thing, man. Again, here's my deal, and I guess maybe this is why I've never understood the predatory mind state. I've always been a person about, and I don't want to call it finesse, because then it sounds like, oh, you trying to dupe women and you trying to do it. Man, no, I'm just, use your words, man. And I'm not finna, if hey, a woman say no, well, no, guess what? It's a whole lot of other action out there. Like, it's never been in me to want to take. It's never been in me wanting to force myself on a woman. Like, I don't, for what? What do you get it? What do you get out of that? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, to me, that's some of the weakest motherfucking shit. If I can't get the actions that I want with my words, then I don't deserve those actions. I mean, that's just really all it is. But for some reason, there are a lot of people who lack that ability. They get angry when they don't get the outcome they want. Man, look, if you ain't rocking with me, I'm not finna cuss you out. I'm not finna do it. As long as you don't get rude with me, I'm not finna get rude with you. Hey, if I'm displaying some type of interest and you're not giving me the same vibe back, all right, I can dig it. Cool. Well, you have a good one. Now you start trying to clown, well, shit, it's we finna put on a show then. But as far as, forcing yourself upon, there's never been a need ever to do that. Hey, you ain't gonna win them all, but hey, it's plenty of games you can play. I mean, it's plenty of action everywhere. So, if you ever in a situation, man, fellas, think twice before you get too forceful. But now, this is not to say that there ain't a lot of chicks out there that lie. I've almost been in some situations where, fortunately I happened to have left the scene and some other things that went down and, come back later on and find out, oh, some people that got caught up in some shit, even though that's not how it went down, because I knew those people and their character was not of that. And, almost led to some shit. So sometimes, women will do things that they later regret and then they, want to change the story or change what happened because they may feel embarrassed. But I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, own up for your actions. If you choose to do something and you kind of regret it in the end, well, guess what? You got to deal with that. But if you are in a real situation where, hey, you know what? It wasn't just that I made a bad decision, I was forced upon or whatever it is, then, acknowledge it as such. But like I said, you can't just get to feeling like, well, I'm embarrassed about that, so I want somebody to pay so my character doesn't look bad. Man, if it's what you did what you did, and you chose to do it. Live up to that. It ain't a big deal, because you see a lot of these stories too, where women, they do these things and it comes out, oh well, I did that because he didn't like me anymore. He didn't this, and so I think that we gotta all as people find a level ground. But men, don't take the pussy. Women, don't lie about getting the pussy taken. And I think everything else should be a-okay. Everything else will solve itself. What I realized, let me see, say the volume is low. I don't even know where the knob at. Let me see if is that a little bit louder or is that lower? So, But yeah, outside of that, so again, man, yeah, and it happens a lot more often. And that's why I say, I'm not with the believe all women movement, or I'm not necessarily with the Me Too movement, because the Me Too movement, in my personal opinion, has evolved into something else that's just let's undermine any man that we don't like. But if there's a person out there who is a vile predator, then that needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between maybe being slightly uncomfortable or not enjoying a date, as opposed to this man tried to hurt you, harm you, and do something foul to you. But some people don't know the difference. And the thing is, it's those entitled people, man. And this is why I say I don't like movements, because there's those people who are on the fringe of a movement. They may support a movement, and they'll look for any way to try to include themselves in the movement. So they'll make something up, or they'll take a chance to put somebody in the trap to say that they've been in it too. Good night, Miss Keisha. Glad you could join us. I talked about that story the other day about it, even in Australia, where the dude spent 2 hours to help this chick, fix her car. And fortunately, they had video, but this man ended up losing his family, losing his job, and going to prison for a couple of weeks till they solved they got the footage showing that or that she actually ended up confessing that it didn't happen. But she said this man tried to sexually harass her and proposition her with sex to fix the car and all this other stuff. This man lost not only his time, those few hours, and he helped her down the road to make sure she was good. Not only lost that time helping her, lost his job, his family, and went to jail for helping out. And so that's why I say and I understand why men are cautious. They talk about now that most men in corporate America do not want to mentor, do not want to help women. And again, you have to build those personal relationships to get, nominated for promotions or put in better positions to have those opportunities, just the way it works. But, they say men won't have private meetings with women. They have if they have to talk to them, they make sure the doors are open, and, having these third parties and things like that. These women, usually after work, people will congregate maybe at the local bar, or maybe two folks will have a drink and talk about business. And they say most of the best business deals are drawn up on napkins. But a man doesn't want to do that, because then they'll start talking. Oh, Joe went to have drinks with Susanna after work, and she probably got him off, and that's why she got a promotion. Like, they don't even want to do that anymore. And so it's unfortunate that these things are happening on both sides. And again, hey man, fellas, instead of taking it, go buy you something. You know what I'm saying? Go look, get the Robert Kraft deal, $59.99. You know what I'm saying? If you feeling that way, go buy you some hype. Don't go out here again. And a lot of people say, especially with rapists and things like that, that it's more of a power trip. It's not even so much about the sex; it's more about the power trip than anything. And that's why they do it. I don't see how do you get power if you already know that you're strong. What power are you getting? You know what I'm saying? See your female coworker showing up, you leave early. That's what I'm saying. And that's unfortunate, but that's how things have become today, because it is a win-win these days for a woman to come up like that. And I hate to say it, because I don't think all women have that mentality, but they're making it the ones who do. Especially the corporate game is a dirty game. It's a cutthroat game, and it's a win-win for you to say, oh, well, he aggressively touched my thigh or something. There's no witnesses. There's no proof. Men are still losing when they have evidence too. And so that's what's unfortunate. Like, it's a situation you just don't want to get caught up in. I forgot who it was at one of these colleges. I remember it was a guy at USC, and I think they might have still kicked him out. Went home with a girl, they had sex, and she got up the next day. I guess she was regretting what she did. So her roommate said, oh, you were raped. Even though she brought him there, she checked him into the dorm. They have footage from the bar where she was all over him in the bar. Like, he was just kind of cool, and she was all over him, leg all over him outside the bar. He's kind of standing there. She all over, kissing all on him, doing all this stuff. So he ended up going, and so they ended up getting I think the rape charges got dropped and all of that. But I think he still ended up getting kicked out of school. There was another story like that too. A guy, after everything got proven that he was innocent, still got kicked out of school. So I understand why there are men that don't want to do it, because these guys may be good guys. I'm not saying they aren't. I mean, these guys are good guys. They wouldn't engage in that kind of. They don't want their name caught up in that action. But yeah, there are guys who will take every advantage possible. Oh, my ears. Will take every advantage possible to to do what they can get, to get a little action. So it's sad either way. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
This is Ellen.
Miss Ellen, what's on your mind this evening? What would you like to share with us tonight?
Okay, I want to talk about solutions to our problems without excuses. Okay? Now, nothing is one-sided. Everything, the same thing that's happening to the men is the same thing that happening to the women. Everybody's doing everything. Okay? So you have to approach life that way. Okay? I appreciate Miss Nee who called in and was able to share her story, and I am so happy that she took the time, because the Lord let her see that man for a reason. And he was letting her know it's time to tell your story. Okay? And this is the problem with people. They're holding in all of these feelings, good or bad. Okay? And like you said, when we sit back and we talk and not judge, just talk about things that happen in our lives, okay, now you are able to express. It gives people other ideas. I'm not the only one. It just didn't happen to me. And everything is no sexist. Everything is happening. The same thing that's happening to men is the same thing that's happening to women. Okay, let's get that out first of all. Okay? Now, when you experience something, okay, this is how you learn. You tell your story. Then somebody else will say, oh, well, when that happened to me, I did this or whatever. Good people, I did positive feedback. All of this doggone negative and well, you chose him. You don't, no, that's not how it works, okay? Now that we're seeing that these things are happening, you have to think ahead. I keep saying you have to be open-minded. If you know that people are going to talk about you no matter what, we are living in a society where everybody wants to drag everybody down. They don't want to see anybody doing good. They don't want to work for what they get. They want to give it to them. And even when they give it, they're not appreciative of that, okay? So we need as people is to sit back and think. Everybody's changing. You want to be called a man? Let's go back to what their definition of man was, okay? And when you are not filling that definition of what a man was, don't push blame. Just change it. Do better. Accept your responsibility for however you turned out, and know you could do better, and just do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Okay? And I have excuse me. Well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to hang up. I'm choking. I'm sorry.
Okay. Uh-oh. Well, I hope Miss Ellen all right. Get that, take care of yourself, and then call back in if you can. But I agree. You have to, as a man. I mean, that's just what it is. You have to step it up. I mean, we are expected to perform to a higher standard. We're expected to have a higher standard, regardless of all the rhetoric and nonsense that's going on. You have to, as a man, you have to up your game, and you got to try to up it daily. It is what it is. Yeah, but I think it's really going to be tough for women, especially in the corporate arena, simply because of you don't know how to play or steal. All you got to do is type an exclamation point and steal, all like one word, no spaces, and you can start stealing. Yeah, hopefully she's all right. Hopefully she can call back and confirm that everything she's okay. Pimp, all that stuff, same thing. Yeah, just exclamation point, pimp, one word. Sock check. Somebody asked about the sock check, okay, and I want to confirm that, and then we'll kind of get back to the thing. I wanted to let y'all know what the sock check was. Something I said a long time ago. I don't know, maybe some of the fellas will confirm this, maybe they will not. If you take your socks off when having sex as a man, I don't know about women, y'all. I don't know if y'all wear socks. Wear your socks and lingerie probably don't go together. But if you, as a man, take your socks off when having sex with a woman, you are making love. You have gotten completely butt naked. You are making love. Okay. Now you keep your socks on. Sometimes you got to keep your shoes on. Maybe you might got to get out of there in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the sock check is. So we check this. This is just a game. We'll see. If the players keep their socks on. Sometimes I know people say it might hinder the grip, but hey, you make it work. But sometimes you got to get up out of a situation quick. Once you get out, if you all ass naked in the situation, you making love. So it is what it is. Yeah, man. Look. I'm just telling you. All right, I think. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello.
This is Ellen. I don't know what happened. I couldn't hardly catch my breath. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But no,
Are you okay?
I was saying that
everything is okay. You okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how I started. Like I was choking. I couldn't catch my breath. I was trying to breathe, and it got stuck in there. I don't know what happened. But anyway, what I want to say, we want some positive feedback here about. We know what the problem. Everybody knows what the problem is. We see the problem every day. Now we need some positive solutions to these problems. The world has changed. We have to change with it. Okay. So if you and you can't be scared. You're a man. Stand up. All right. How Joe Brown say? Just Joe Brown. Man up. Okay. And you can't be scared to say what you feel and accept the consequences of your actions. Everybody's not going to like what you say, but you still should say it because that would give that person something to think about. I tell you, I'm very observant. I'm very observant of people and their actions and how they speak. And when you're talking to a person, this is what I notice a lot. Something happened in the lingo. You talking to a man and you ask them, what's the problem? And then they're talking, and then next thing you know is whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't. You haven't said anything.
Oh, man, this reminds me of somebody. But, yeah, I get what you're talking about. Go ahead.
And then the person, right? This is me. I'm saying, no, I don't. You haven't said anything. But the person that they're talking to, yeah, man, I hear you. And then when they leave, what was he talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you have to be willing to speak up and say the real, okay? If you're not telling your story and to where people are understanding what you're saying, then they can't give you no answers.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
That's correct.
We need to get back into learning how to talk to people and learning how to listen. I notice a lot of people talk, they take one thing that they say and they just go off on it. And you need to just listen, hold your thought, keep track of the conversation, and then give your honest opinion. If you don't know, don't be afraid to say you don't know. I have a question I was thinking about.
All right.
Okay. I want to know who fell for the yoki doke. There's somebody for everybody when women outnumber men 5-1.
Well, the other night we were having a conversation about polygamy, and I was just throwing it out there. I'm not saying I'm joking, but there's not. There's not, and I think it is. And I think you have to choose wisely, and it's unfortunate, but I think there's a lot of factors too now that make it more difficult for women. Not just the numbers, but I think it's just. I think there's a lot of factors that play into that make it more difficult for some women to find that someone. You know what I mean? So it's just I don't know who started that. I think it's just one of those sayings that people say to make people feel good. But I don't think it's a thing.
Okay, my next question. I'm asking questions tonight.
Okay, okay.
So my next question is: the, are the men really observing the women? The women are trying to mold themselves and fix themselves to be exactly what the man wants. The man is going to the stripper club or and everything. So the woman said, okay, he's going to the stripper club. He must like strippers.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna change myself to be like a stripper.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, okay, so the men is are they telling the women? We just like to look at them.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. It's, you don't want to take the stripper home. You don't, hey, if you're going to do that, pull that look off in the bedroom. Nobody wants to take the stripper home. Nobody wants to parade the stripper around. Let's say like a rapper or something like that. I guess that's the thing. But, the stripper is just for fun times only. When you step out into society, you want a quality woman on your arm. You don't want something that everybody else has seen, or that she's showing off all her assets, and that she is like she's trying to appeal to everyone. Those are supposed to be things for you as a man. That's how you feel. If I'm supposed to be protecting these goods and these things, there's a reason why I'm cherishing this, but then you showing it off to everybody else, then I don't think that those things last very long.
Okay, so okay, that's fine, that's fine. Basically, are the men speaking, opening up and speaking and saying that exactly for the person that they want in their life, not the fly by night, but the person that they want in their life, that they want to build a relationship, have they come to open up and talk? I mean, really talk. I really felt sorry for the lady who had the stepchild with the husband, and he doesn't listen to anything that she says. And unfortunately, it's not going to last because she doesn't sound happy. She's not going to be happy, and they're going to end up in divorce. So I want to know: are the men saying out their mouths, telling the women what they like, what they want, what they don't like, or what they don't want, or they're trying to let them figure it out? And when they go out and do something they didn't like, who you doing that for?
I'm a fall back to a conversation we had a couple of days ago, and I'm not going to say this is every woman in the world, but when the men started trying to address the things they did not like, the women did not care for it too much. So I think women, especially in this day and age of the independent woman, they kind of make their own decisions, and you have those who will cater to what men want, but then they get labeled a certain way. But it seems, in my opinion, those that get that label end up actually having better, more long-lasting relationships. Then you have those who feel like, hey, I'm gonna be me, this is who I am. And there may be somebody who is willing to, I think the numbers are less, but I think that there will be somebody, usually a weaker man, who will just kind of sit and cater to all of those things. But then I think you have those who are just going to, they want to have your cake and eat it too. And I don't think that they win. I think they feel like they're doing everything they want to do in their life, and they feel like nobody telling me anything. I don't have to, abide by anything. But they seem to be the most unhappy, in my opinion. So I think it's levels or various types. But I don't think all women want to acquiesce to what a man wants. I think some of them want to be who they are, and they feel like in this day and age that they can be whoever they want to be and do everything they want to do. And a man just needs to adjust to their wants. And I think they're going to be extremely disappointed in the long run. But I think there are those women who are willing to compromise. And I'm not saying that a woman should give up everything she is to be with a man, but I think there are women who are willing to make compromises. And I think that they have more successful relationships. And then those who don't want to do anything, I don't think they win at all. I don't think they do very well.
Okay. So they're telling the women what they don't like. They're just not, because I'm thinking that the reason why people are going through all these changes and everything, they're assuming that this is what a person wants.
No, I think people are saying what they like, but I think people don't want to necessarily, because that means that they would have to change. or it's going against what they've always believed is what somebody wants. And so, and again, different strokes for different folks. Different people are going to want different things. But I just think a lot of people are set in their ways. And so if somebody says, well, I want this, this, and this, and they're not really that, and they just kind of like, hey, you know what, fuck them. I'm not going to do all that. I am who I am. They got to deal with me. They got to take me as I am. And you have every right to say that. But I think you limit your numbers. I think you limit your opportunities when you approach things with that frame of mind. But I think men are saying what it is they want now. Of course, now we talk about, when I go back, let me go back to the stripper thing. Because men do want that in a way. They want that, like you said, like say somebody said, freak in the sheets, freak in the sheets, lady in the streets. So they want that stripper in the bedroom. They might like this body type. I'm not with the whole inflated and fake body parts, but some men like that too. But I think they want that, but they want that lady in the street. So it may be, let me see how to word this. It may be asking a lot, and again, so some of them may have one dynamic, some may have the other dynamic, and there are those in between who can kind of do both. So I think people are saying what they want. It just depends on if the other party really wants to, like I say, make those adjustments. I don't think everybody does.
Okay. Okay. I hear you. Okay, and I want to know what is this Illuminati mess? I'm late to this YouTube getting all this information. To me, it's undercover because you don't hear it in the regular media.
Yeah.
And I'm late to this YouTube, and what I've been picking up is, correct me if I'm wrong, that people are being forced to do things derogatory and to fit into this club, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to find out if that's what it is.
The Illuminati is supposedly this secret society, right? And I think people overreach it now. I think there are powers that be, but I think the Illuminati is a lazy take for some things. Everybody's in the Illuminati. Let me tell you something. Half these people can't hold water in their own personal lives. Do you think that some super elite secret society is going to induct them in and tell them all the secrets of the world and allow them to participate in all of this stuff? And, with the possibility of this stuff getting leaked out. I don't think that's the case. Now, I do believe that there are people who are pulling certain strings. And then I just think there's people with money who are foolish, who are just disconnected. So they operate a little bit differently. What you have is a lot of people say, oh, this person, they got rich, so they're in the Illuminati. This person, they got rich, so they're in the Illuminati. I don't think that's the case. But you do, the more power you get or the more fame you get, or depending on, what angle you're coming with it, there are going to be people who are going to hold your fate in their hands. Do I believe that there is some occult and weird shit going on in the music industry? Absolutely. Do I believe that's happening in television and movie entertainment industry? Absolutely. But there are powers that be that want certain things done. But I don't think that every person who is doing this shit is an actual member of some secret society or Illuminati or whatever that they want to call it. But I do believe that there are people who have their hands in some in some very powerful places.
Okay, because this is something that I just found out about, and I was wondering, is it supposed to be like? Well, you explained it to me, now thank you very much, because I don't have no problems when I don't have no idea what something is. I'm gonna ask the question, and I don't care who don't like it.
Okay, so I got a question for you, Miss Ellen.
Okay, I'm ready to answer.
All right,
I do have an answer.
Okay, so you saying that the men these days, they want the strippers or whatever? Are you willing to make that adjustment to have a man? Or you?
No. I was saying that that's not what I was saying.
Okay.
I wasn't saying that the men want the strippers. Okay. Mm-hmm. I said the men go and they spend a lot, not the men, some men, a lot of men, go to the strip club and they spend a lot of time in the strip club, okay? Now you have a woman at home, okay? So and she's seeing you going to the strip club. You going so she's thinking to herself, well, what she's missing without the conversation. She goes out there and tries to make herself and what she thinks you want. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, and I'm not. I have not had any complaints from any men. Okay, so I'm gonna be me. They accept me. Okay, and I let them know that I'm compromisable, but it's just some things I'm not gonna do. And you always have the choice. You don't have to be with me. We both have choices. You know. So no, I'm not the super type of person. But I'm just saying that I see these women going out here and they're changing themselves. To me, not for the good, to try to please a man. And they're not having a. To me, it looks like they're not having a conversation about what the man wants. They're assuming what the man wants. And I'm asking: are the men telling the women? Are they opening up and communicating? For a long time, a lot of men didn't communicate. That was a lot of the women's complaints about them, and they didn't communicate. So I'm saying, because are they telling the women in the conversation? You're sitting down there conversating and telling what they want and what they like and what they don't like, and getting their opinions and throwing ideas back and forth. What is the conversation like in these relationships? It has to be more than just going to bed.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, my belief, if that's what you do, man, take your old lady to the strip club with you. Both of y'all get it in, have a good old time, then take it back to the house and finish up. You know, I'm all with the party, but again, like I said, I can't speak for every man, but I think most men, or I think sensible men, have that conversation. But there are some men who are afraid to say certain things to their old lady because they're fearful of whatever repercussions may come. But I think that it is necessary that, you know, especially as time goes on, if you've been in a long relationship, that, you know, both of you have to make some adjustments. You have to try some new things, keep it spiced up, you know. So, again, I don't know personally about the conversation other people are having, but I know if it's something on my mind, I'm going to say it. And, you know.
And I'm just making a statement. I'm just making a statement to open up some minds about some things, to think maybe they are doing it. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it just appears to me that what I'm seeing on the outside, looking at him, did you ask him? Did you talk to him? Can you talk? And then it kind of brought me back to a lot of people who were not communicating. They were only assuming. And I'm putting this out here to the listeners. I'm asking you the questions. You know, and I'm putting it out here for the listeners to hear. So maybe they could think, well, did I tell her? Did I tell him? You know what I'm saying? Not in a derogatory type of way, but people are too busy assuming. This is our problem, assuming what somebody's done, what somebody wants, you know, without even asking the question. We should know that if someone can't sit down and have a conversation with you, and you all can express your desires and dislikes, and they can't listen or won't, then you don't need to be with them. Okay. You know, so I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there as we talk in conversation, but I know other people are listening to give them some ideas about things that can help in their relationship. All relationships grow. You don't get stagnant, okay? You don't want to get stagnant in your relationship. You want your relationship to grow. You're trying new things. You're doing things, and you want your relationship to grow so it don't get stagnant. You don't want to just come home and go to your separate rooms and never communicate. And then the only time you really communicating is when you're having sex.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm putting the questions out there, and for to open the minds of others, because we have to start doing positive things to get positive results, and stop complaining. If you can't come with something positive, then why we keep talking about things that we already know that's wrong? Let's try to fix it. You know, that's all I'm saying.
I agree.
And it's a mutual thing. It's a male and a female. I keep putting this out. There's no one sex doing anything different than anybody else. Just sometimes you don't hear about it more, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So let's get that out. Let's take the sexes out of there. People in general, okay? People in general. That's what I want to get out there.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. Do you have any other questions?
No, you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, this is what we're doing for this time, and then, when I think of something else, that's how we're going to do this. I don't have a list or anything. I'm going off at the top of my head.
Okay. Freestyle, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, well.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hang up now and let someone call in and see what these responses are to what I've said. Okay.
Okay, Miss Ellen, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Y'all worse than the damn Apollo. That's why I don't know you looking at that. I can't look at the chat during call. Y'all are bad. Y'all are great people, but y'all are bad people. Y'all are bad, great people. So which ladies in here would actually hit the strip club with their man? I need to know. And it's just a quick poll. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Professor Trill, what's up, Honcho?
Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this evening?
I just wanted to troll some people in the chat.
Okay.
Since I guess the lady before me took a while on the phone, figured I'd hog the line for a while to make the motherfuckers suffer since they want to be all disrespectful to the lady. The lady was just trying to figure some shit out, and she had a person she could talk to. Let that lady talk.
Exactly.
Y'all some disrespectful little motherfuckers. What the hell wrong with y'all?
Who raised y'all?
Come on now. Y'all mama would frown at y'all. Stop doing that. Let that lady get her info. She don't know what Illuminati mean, man.
Oh yeah, straight
Y'all
up.
chill out.
Let me see. Hold on. So y'all got some prude husbands. Y'all saying y'all got husbands who wouldn't go to the strip club with y'all, but y'all would. Hold on. What kind of strip club y'all trying to? First, let's get it right. To a female strip club. Yeah.
Hold up. Wait. Hold on. Why a nigga gotta be approved because he don't go to the strip club?
I'm not saying that, but if your old lady said to you, hey, baby, let's go to
Nigga,
the strip
that's
club.
what you just said. Fuck you mean you not saying that? Those are the words that just came out of your mouth.
So I'm saying, so you wouldn't go? If your old lady wanted to go?
No.
Why not? If she was with the shit, you wouldn't go.
Let me tell you something, Honcho. And you know better, nigga. You supposed to be a player. Fuck wrong with you? I ain't finna pay a bitch no money to make my dick out hard and then me have to leave. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not finna have you all worked up and I ain't finna get no pussy. Bitch, you done lost your motherfucking mind.
So
Blue balls is not my thing, man.
But if your old lady go and have a good time, if your old lady go and have a good time, so it's really about your old lady having a good time, because you know you can't wild out the same way in a strip club with your old lady. As opposed, I'm not a proficient strip club attendee. You know, I've gone a couple of times.
And what the fuck is that gonna do for me? Who paying, Honcho?
Well, it's the same as going out on a date. Or anything else.
No, fuck that shit. If I'm paying, I'd rather give my lady the money. Motherfucker, you want to see a stripper? Back that ass up. I got a whole pound of ones right here. I can throw them on your ass at the house. And I can get some pussy right after that. I get the whole thing, the trifecta. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Hell no, I ain't going to no strip club. To get these old raggedy bitches some money that they trying to get from every nigga in there. Fuck that shit. I ain't down for that, man. That's against the goddamn player rules.
So
if you a nigga that go to the strip club, look, you do you, homeboy, but that shit is not player to me. Fuck
so
that.
So you don't
be doing anything. The broad need to be making me some motherfucking money. Fuck that shit.
So you don't agree with you don't enjoy the sight of bullet wounds and the smell of fish in the strip club? You don't I'm just saying.
No, man, I'm good. I'll pass on that, bro.
Nah,
I'm good. I'm sorry. That just ain't for me. That's not my scene. I don't even understand the concept. To me, that's the same thing as going to a restaurant, watch the motherfuckers make your food, you pay for it, and then watch somebody else take the motherfucker away. I'm sorry. No, I'm all hungry and shit, smelling the shit, and I don't get to partake. You got me fucked up. You got me all the way fucked up. Hell no. That shit against my goddamn religion.
Okay.
To no motherfucking strip club. Look, if you want to go to a strip club, go ahead. Spend your own goddamn money, but you ain't finna spend none of my shit. You got me fucked up. I ain't knocking the stripper. Look, if a motherfucker want to pay you money to dance in front of him and show him your pussy, well, go ahead. But you not finna get none of my bread. It's not happening. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Then they say, well, you can fuck the strippers. Why would I want to fuck this bitch? If I'm available to get some dick, then she done, who else she done offered it to?
So you
I
say
ain't about that shit, bro.
ain't headed to the champagne room.
Say what?
So you ain't heading to the champagne room.
Man, hell no, man. Get the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
If I'm gonna be doing anything with some champagne, it's toasting to my success or one of my partner's success, some shit like that. Yeah.
No.
But toasting over a bitch? Fuck no. Got me all the way fucked up. Hell no.
That's funny. That's funny.
But anyway, I like to make a quick point here before I get into the main course. Get into a little side dish. Just hop on some macaroni and cheese real quick. And yeah, I like food and allergy. I'm a fat nigga. What the fuck y'all expect? Anyway, it's always a back and forth. When the men talk, the women don't listen. And when the women talk, the men don't listen. And both of us is right. We both right. Because it goes like this. When the men speak to you, ladies, you hear certain parts of the shit he say. And if one of those parts don't line up with your ideals, you pick a problem with it right off the bat. So, like, if I say something, you be like, oh, so what you saying is wait. No, that's not what the fuck I said. I need you to hear exactly what I said. I wasn't inferring nothing else. I said exactly what the fuck it was I said. That's it. I didn't mean nothing else by it. That's you trying to pull an extra different meaning out of shit. You trying to pull, well, this is the way you feel about it. So you trying to pull an emotion out of my statement, which my statement was an emotional statement. It's just telling you what it is. So that's frustrating. The second thing is, which is the one I run into more often, I've never given you no reason not to trust me, and I've never given you no reason not to believe me because I've never lied to you. So how come when I tell you something, you feel like you have to try me? Which means basically you don't believe what the fuck it was I said, and that's not pulling the feeling out of it. That's the logic. If I tell you something and then you try to make me prove it, obviously you didn't believe the statement. So now I have to prove it to you. That's frustrating when you have to do that. On the flip side, ladies, when y'all speak, you know damn well the man tune you out after a while. And it's for one of a few reasons. Either you talk too fucking much, and the nigga just get tired of listening to your ass, or he really is trying to just figure out the most important bits of your conversation. Because a lot of you ladies, and this is why I give y'all credit, when y'all tell a story, y'all are incredibly big on the details. Incredibly big. And so a nigga will be like, I don't give a shit about all that. Get to the meat and potatoes. Y'all want to serve the appetizers, the little salads you get. You know what I'm saying? You want to put out a 7-course dinner. A nigga just want a hungry man meal. That's all a nigga want. Microwave that shit, give it to me, let me eat it and go on about my business. So we start to tune out some of the unnecessary shit that don't matter. You know a homegirl that I kick it with and I be like, nah, I don't know her, but get to the story. You do know her. What? Remember, now you go on this whole little side mission trying to get this one point, and the nigga like, just stick to the story. Tell me what the fuck happened. I don't need to know all that shit. So that difference in the way of thinking complicates us conversing with each other and getting an understanding between women and men. And it's both for our faults, but it's just the way that we wired up. So sometimes you have to take in consideration who exactly you're talking to. Men, if you're talking to your woman, sometimes you're going to have to repeat yourself and make her understand, look, what you're trying to say is not what I mean. This is what I'm saying. This is what I mean. So you have to be a little bit more patient with them. And ladies, I know we could be frustrated because it feels like he don't give a damn, and that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'll admit that. That's a problem. So sometimes you just have to shorten the story. Just kind of get to the point. You know, just give it to us. Give us the information we need because we like the information. We don't need all this extra shit. We don't need all the trimmings like the little green shit that they put around the turkey that you can't eat, but it's just supposed to make it look good. No, we just want the fucking turkey. Give me a knife, let's cut this motherfucker up and it go down.
Yeah.
Men just ain't like that. We just not. So communication has always been a problem between women and men. And for, you know, various reasons. But I just thought I'd like to get that out there because we do it on both sides. And I understand why, and I understand how frustrating it is to each side. Because women be like, y'all never listen to what it is we saying. We do hear, but we end up tuning your ass out after a while. Because either you talk too much or you keep repeating the same thing over and over again like I'm not understanding what it is you're saying. Which what I'm not understanding is why you feel the need to repeat it over again. Because then the reason you do that because you're not getting either the reaction or the action out of it that you want. But what you're not understanding is, look, I either don't want to say that or I don't want to do that. So there's your answer right there. But you women are persistent, really persistent, and eventually a nigga gonna give in, and you gonna get your way. So it just depends on what you want.
Yeah.
But that nagging shit, and I've seen it from men too. Don't get it twisted, ladies. My stepdad is a nagger. Jesus Christ. I be wanting to strangle that motherfucker. I just do. I can't stand a nagging motherfucker. Male or female, I can't stand it. Don't just keep going on and on about the same shit. Let it go. It's over with. He was dead 30 days ago. Move on. Move to the next thing. But anyway, the meat and potatoes. Daddy issues. I don't know if I have daddy issues or not, to be honest with you. But I do know that I have a serious problem with male authority. A woman could talk a shit ton to me, and it won't get to me. I could just talk back. But when a dude abuses power or something that he feels he have over me, I be wanting to fuck him up. It's like a woman. I never even think about the physical. It's just like, first of all, who the fuck you think you're talking to? And I just hit you with words all day long. But a guy, I don't be wanting to talk. I just want to fuck him up, like immediately. So I don't know. It's like you gotta watch your tone with me, especially with you a guy.
Yeah.
You know, a lady, look, I just want you to respect me, and that's it. But a dude, first of all, you gonna respect me, or you gonna get your ass whooped. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because of my father, but shit. I'm actually glad that he did what he did, or I chose what I chose, more than likely. Because if I would have grew up around him, he would have probably been whooping my ass a lot too. Because I think like my mom, but I have his temper. And that's a scary fucking thing, because his temper is, that nigga is crazy. He is crazy. And the only thing that anybody has ever seen that can make him chill when he get mad like that was me. Because I met his crazy with crazy. And he didn't know how to react when he saw me flip. And plus, I'm bigger than him. And he wouldn't be too much. You know, he a little, you know, he ain't that big of a nigga.
Yeah.
And I'm physically opposed, physically threatening. So, yeah, he didn't want to go there. I guess his conscience took better with him. But, I don't know. Could that come from daddy issues, though? Like a problem with male authority, you think?
It could be. It could be something maybe that was suppressed. I don't know if maybe when maybe you had anger towards him, and maybe it manifests in a different way
No, not
towards
really.
you. Weren't really angry.
It was never anger. Just to be honest with you, Honcho, I never felt nothing for him. I still don't. I don't feel. I don't know. I just feel nothing. It's just like he just another nigga.
Yeah.
To me, he's just a sperm donor.
Yeah. So not like maybe like a lack of respect type issue or something. Just nothing. Just kind of man.
You could say that. I'd be willing to admit that. Yeah, I don't respect him as a man, not as my father, but just as a man, just like the man he is. It's real hard to respect somebody like that, especially somebody like me.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, and I could kind of relate in a similar sense because maybe I had some similar feelings towards my pops. Like I said, it just took some things going through, and we had to really sit down and just kind of chop some shit up and get to an understanding. Because I think my mentality is probably more like his, but the way he does things, I think is similar. Like he don't really fly off the handle. He's more calculated in the way he operates with his aggression. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I'm more like, so it takes something, it takes a bit to build it up, but once it gets there, you know, we got to resolve this issue, you know, and we have to resolve this issue expeditiously, you know, and so I see a similarity there, and I was kind of like that, but see, you know, my pops and my mom, he was aggressive. He definitely had some ways. Now I didn't pick that up from him. I know that. Like I saw some things. You know, I was young. I used to try to break stuff up and you know whatever. And it wasn't always. He just had you know a time or two because he had some other shit going on. I'm not justifying it, but my situation, I felt like I'm glad that we didn't stay in the house because I felt like I probably would have bodied him before it was all said and done because I had up until my maybe early 20s, I had a certain level of disdain for him. I didn't really care for him. Even the times that you know we would kind of hang out, he would try to teach me stuff, and you know I hear him, but it's just this voice in the back of my mind would always just be kind of like, man, fuck this dude, you know. But and so, but yeah, I think that there are certain things. Maybe we just approach it in a different manner, you know, because I think men they externalize more than they internalize shit, and so I think that you know I think it could be a part of it, but. Yeah, I think that there might be a daddy issue in some way because he didn't, you know, instill that authority maybe early on. So you just kind of look at him and maybe other dudes like, well, who are you to tell me what to do? You know, you ain't got no say so over me.
Nah, it's never really like that. It's like I did. You know what I'm saying? My brother assisted in it. You know what I'm saying? He brought my pops to me and we talked and shit. You know, we sat down and we kicked it. And it was cool, but it's just like the type of nigga my pops is, I don't fuck with that type of nigga.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's the type of people I stay the fuck away from. Because if I do let them in, I'm going to want to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest. It's like, I just, like the shit that they do and the way that they perceive things, it's just like all fucked up. And it's like, I can't rock with nobody with that type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's like how you that fucking old and you ain't learning shit. It's like when we talk, I'm teaching him more than he teaching me. How the fuck? It's like, nigga, you over 30 years older than me, bruh. What the fuck you been doing all this time, my nigga? Like, damn. It's just like, I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like, I can't, there's nothing of value that I can get out of you. I don't know. I don't get nothing. I don't feel nothing. It's like I'm just doing it because that's what he wants me to do.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. But I don't know. I see like the shit on TV and like in movies and, you know, my friends and, you know, other people I know. You know, they have both their parents, and, you know, they tell me how much they love their dad and shit. And to me, it's just like, hey, that's cool. But I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Yeah.
I just don't. I guess my mama and, you know what I'm saying, the father figures that I had around me was more than enough, in my opinion.
But I think having those supplemental father figures, do you think that might have been able to kind of help that situation as opposed to just not having, like some folks who have no father figure whatsoever?
Well, to be honest with you, I can't really say yes and I can't really say no. I said because a lot of the shit that they taught me was fucked up and wrong shit. So I learned what not to do instead of what exactly to do. Like when Prepaid was talking the other day when he was talking about a watch. Nobody ever taught me that. That was the first time I ever heard that shit in my whole life. I didn't find out till a couple of years ago that you're supposed to walk on the street and put your girl closer toward the buildings and shit. I never heard of that before. Nobody ever taught me that.
Yeah, I agree. Same here. Like, I remember there was a meme going around a few years back, and they would say, "Well, what's wrong with this picture?" And it was like a black couple.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, and the dude, yeah, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. And then when you had to really take some time to sit and think about it. And I think I saw some comments, and I was like, damn, I ain't ever think about it. That's why I say, I talk about it too. It was really to my late 20s that I started picking up. When I, like I said, had to bump my head a couple of times, and then when I kind of got out of my own way and started trying to open up and learn some things, that I started discovering some of these things, And so and that's why I say now when I'm with the little one or whatever, I always make sure I do that. I'm always on the outside. I always make sure you on the inside, just little things like that. But yeah, I agree. It's just
I got a question about that though.
Yeah, what's that?
And again, I think about shit logically. If you on the outside and the car say jump the curb, you're gonna get wiped out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because your girl can't save you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you on the inside and the car jump the curb, you got a better chance of making it, especially once you take your girl and swing her around you. You further away from the street at that point. And you could remove her to where she'd be closer to the buildings or whatever the fuck it is there anyway. So wouldn't that also increase the chance of you surviving too?
Yeah.
Or being missed altogether?
Yeah, but as men, we supposed to take that L. We gotta, I think we only get the option of pushing, just push her further out the way and be more likely to take the brunt of that blow as opposed to, both of us try to be safe. It's the Titanic effect. The door was big enough for both of them.
Yeah.
But one of them had to freeze to death. So
I say the bigger person should take the hit. They got more cushion, so it would always be me.
Mm-hmm.
So if your girl the bigger person, hey, she got a better chance of surviving. She got more insulation up front, for lack of a better word.
You got the airbags, the natural airbags.
Goddamn right.
Okay. Some men don't like them with them natural
bullshit.
airbags. Some men like them deflated. But that's a different conversation.
They do.
But but nah. But yeah, like I say, man, it's a lot of stuff that, again, like it's just that wasn't there. Like I said, that's why I say that being a man there, and again, I say that's why I also said earlier that eventually with those daddy issues, that men eventually learn those things so they don't have to go through it the same experience as women, because women have to deal with men unless you a lesbian or something, you dealing with other women, but women have to date those men who had those issues. As a man, you may come across women with issues and problems and things like that, but you still always have that opportunity to learn how to become a better man. Women are more likely to get scarred by a bad man or having that lack of father figure than a boy. Now, boy, you're gonna bump your head if you eventually choose to get right, then that's on you. But I think that's why I say I feel like it has a bigger impact on women who don't have that father in the home because men operate much differently.
Yeah, especially that shit I heard this morning, man. I want to say that was Miss Meat.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that broke my fucking heart, bro. It's like, damn. Like, she tried to escape the shit, then she tried to go to somebody for help, and
motherfucker took advantage. That's
Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck wrong with you niggas?
Yeah, man, that's the same shit I was thinking. Just like, because as a man, you don't think of it like that. And I say that's why I say the calls this morning, man. And again, I shout out to all the ladies who called in this morning because, man, I'd be lying to y'all if I didn't say it didn't change my perspective on some things. Because maybe because of the situation I'm in, maybe it's because of my relationship or what I have going on, and looking at it from their point of view and things of that nature. But man, it's y'all got a lot going on, and it's so unfortunate because there's so many motherfuckers out there like that, Now, because I'm using it from my perspective of, I had no woman try to hit me with the okie doke, try to, false claim some shit on me. And so I always looked at it from my position of, it's fucked up, fuck them bitches like that. But damn, it's a lot of other shit going on too. And so, it's tough.
The opposite view. It's worse.
Yeah.
Like that's a child, bro. Like what the fuck?
And I see somebody talking about chivalry ain't dead, but man, this new generation, we can trace it all the way back, but chivalry is a thing that I think is basic. You can't blame that on bad fathers. To me, if a man is being nice and open the door, a chick nowadays will call you thirsty. They'll call you, names for opening doors. Oh, he's just trying to get some ass. Like, how hurt or scarred do you have to have that mentality? And then when you go through too much of that, or a motherfucker walk through, can't even give you a simple thank you. You got to hit him with that, you're welcome, bitch. Goddamn, you get agitated because, like I said, I don't know you. It's not my job to do this. I'm not dating you. I don't feel like, but it's just the right thing to do. But you have people who are so unappreciative.
And I'm going to keep it a buck, Honcho. The only ones that have ever done that to me, they've been sisters.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
I open the door for everybody, all ages, creeds, and colors. Only ones that ever thumb their nose up or look at me crazy has been sisters. And I'm like, damn, baby girl, I don't want shit from you. I'm not even really looking at you. I just want you to walk your ass through this door so I can go in.
Exactly.
We can't go through this door at the same goddamn time, so get the fuck out the way. Shit, ladies first, get your ass on.
Straight up.
A nigga gotta piss. Come on now, you bullshitting. You worried about my motives. Ain't nobody worried about you.
No.
Go on somewhere. But then again, you hear shit like shit this morning, and then you think like, damn, I don't know what that girl could have went through. It's like that shit opened my eyes this morning to a whole bunch of different shit. Like, damn, have I just been like, just broadcasting my opinion out there wrong and shit, and not really knowing the background of some of these females? Mm-hmm. Like the shit that Rashida said, that make me look at her different. You know what I'm saying? I feel kind of fucked up, for fucking with her like that sometimes. Even though, it's fun. I don't really mean nothing by it, but I shouldn't have been through some shit, bro. And it's like, damn, I don't even want to play with her like that. Because I don't think that that's cool.
Yeah. But I still ain't going to leave my cupcakes around. I fuck with Rashida heavy, but I ain't going to leave my cupcakes around. I know she about that action.
Hey, man, fuck that bullshit. You know what, Rashida? You my motherfucking nigga. You should have ate every last one of them motherfuckers. Fuck all them niggas. That was some whole ass shit. That shit pissed me off,
It really
bro.
is, though, man. That's
that shit pissed me off. I'm like, why would he do that?
That's that stepmother Cinderella shit. That's what kind of shit that was. Some old bullshit like that.
That's the kind of shit my stepdad used to pull on me, bro. He used to do the same bullshit. He used to do shit like this, like, you know what I'm saying? I had my girl and shit, high school sweetheart. I'll be talking on the phone, so when this nigga ready for me to get off the phone, instead of just come telling me to hang up, he go unplug the motherfucker.
What?
So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Doing the investigation and shit, he unplugged it.
Yeah.
And so about you been on the phone, so why the fuck didn't you just come say something? I ain't got to do shit. I do what the fuck I want to in my house. That kind of shit I had to put up with.
Yeah.
And so what I started doing was, instead of getting mad and wanting to fuck him up, I would figure out ways to outsmart him.
Yeah.
And then, being the little smart ass nigga I was, I used to use my mama to punish him. Until she caught me doing that bullshit. I used to goad him into doing shit that I know would piss her off. So if she jumped on his ass, all that this my house shit wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
And so I'd just be in my room laughing and being like, nigga, I been fucking you over. Then he tried to explain it to her what I was doing. Of course, she was mad. She was trying to get that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd get mad. So every time he would try to do some shit, it started putting him on his toes. So then he left me alone. But I mean, shit, I had to do something. I can't just let you keep holding me like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And eventually it escalated because he, how they get intimidated when you get a little size on you.
Mm-hmm.
And your voice start to get a little deep.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you a man now? Man, I ain't say shit, man. I was just over here chilling. Why is you bothering me, bro? Like, I ain't come here for that. So it accumulated with me putting my hands on him, and then after that, I ain't had no problem.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, I mean, shit, wouldn't leave it alone. Like, nigga, Stop fucking with me, bro. I don't fuck with people. Stop fucking with me. You wouldn't take no for an answer, so it is what it is. But yeah, these fucking men, bro, and ladies, I know I talk a lot of shit about y'all. I do, but a lot of it is not really out of anger. It's just out of frustration because I just don't see how y'all can't see the pitfalls of some of these niggas, and then y'all just blame it on them, but you don't see the error within your own ways. Because to me, just to be all out honest with you, I think women are just better people than men in general. Like, men is so fucking fucked up. And I see it all the damn time. And I don't even know how to help these niggas. It's because they just mind frame is just warped. It's like, why? What the fuck are you thinking? I don't understand. That's not helping nobody. That's not even helping you. It's like a lot of niggas just be throwing their fucking life away.
Yeah.
You know, and these women out here trying to do shit, and then they get some old hoe ass nigga to come fuck up their life for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come in, sweet talking, swindle them and shit, impregnate him, and then he dip. Now she got to put her whole life on hold to take care of this baby because of this old ass nigga shit he pulled. But what I get frustrated at is if you so damn smart, girl, how come you couldn't see the game that this nigga was trying to put on you? You know what I'm saying? And that's mainly what I be doing, ladies. I be trying to educate y'all to the fucking game, to how these niggas be thinking and looking at your thought process. Don't let your feelings get you caught up in his bullshit. Because these niggas is professionals at this shit. This shit's been passed down from generation to generation on how to get a chick. You know what I'm saying? This is our main goal in life. That's a lot of niggas' main goal in life is to get pussy. I got, two of my brothers, they whole fucking main goal in life is to fuck as many bitches as they can. Because they don't want nothing else for themselves. Niggas ain't got no jobs, no car, no house, no nothing. But they out here fucking bitches and making babies, though. Jesus.
Nowhere to put them.
Yeah, I tried talking to him. You can't talk no sense into the niggas. So if I can't talk no sense into the niggas, I'm just hoping I can talk sense into the female.
Yeah.
And these be some of the best fucking girls you ever meet. And I be like, how did you fall for this nigga bullshit? I don't get it. Like, the good girls always fall for these old hoe-ass niggas.
Yeah.
But I'm a good nigga and get caught up with all these ratchet bitches coming after me. And these dumb broads who I can't teach, help, or nothing. No matter how much I try. They don't even understand the words that come out of my mouth. I don't know what that means. Fuck you mean you don't know what that means? You don't know what educated means, bitch? What the fuck is wrong with you? That means smart. That means you learn some shit. Oh, well, yeah, I'm educated. Get the fuck out my... Come on now, I'll show you know me. If I have to get the definition to a bitch, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. I don't understand. They say opposites attract, but god damn.
Yeah.
Is it really that true?
Man. I don't know. I think nowadays anything goes. I don't know if it was if it's opposites attract or if it's, you know, I think anything goes nowadays, you know. I think it's like some of the good girls like dick too. Man, again, you know, you wonder where does it start? Is it, and this is what we've been talking about men having to educate, but women have to be receptive too, you know. And I think you got to start early. I think you got to start earlier before they start. And again, them hormones are motherfuckers. Sometimes you can't even, you know, it is what it is. But you got to try to start early and instilling those thoughts and that understanding in them young. So hopefully when they come across that situation, they see it and they recognize before it turns into something different. But, you know, it might be once they get to a certain age, you know, people feel like they know it all. It may be too late, or they feel like you chastising them and so they don't want to hear it, or they feel like, you know, you condemning them or talking down on them, and that's not the case. It's just about really trying to help you out, giving you insight on the way a man thinking how he's going to approach a situation. But people don't want to hear that, you know.
I agree. I don't know. And I'm not like prepaid, which I understand prepaid. Prepaid is like it ain't out trying to change people's minds. Shit, fuck that. I am. I'm trying to educate people as much as I can, because if they don't want to go out and get it themselves, or they don't know where to find it, shit, call me. I'll try to help you the best I can. I don't know. I guess I just get that from my mama. I just always trying to find myself trying to help.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes whether they want it or not. Because if I fuck with you like that and I got love for you, I'm going to try to help your ass whether you want it or not. But once it gets to a certain point to where I just feel like it's just not going to work and you just really not receptive to it, you just want to do your own thing, I'm going to let you do you. But don't come back to me and tell me, man, you know I should listen to you. I hate that shit. That shit, it irks my fucking nerves. It irks my fucking nerves. And my brother, I love this nigga dearly. He do this shit to me all the time. And well, bro, I should have listened to you. Nigga, I don't want to hear that bullshit, nigga. Why didn't you say that shit when I was telling it to you? Don't come back and tell me that shit after the fact. And it's just because sometimes, man, I'm just able to see shit that he just can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, when you in it, though, it's hard to see it. When you in the middle of that shit.
Yeah, it's just like, damn. It's like watching a train wreck. And you got front row seats, and you just like, man, this is supposed to be bad. And they just steady just steaming on ahead. It's just like, bro, stop. Just please get off the track. And they don't. And then they crash, and then they look up at you. Damn, that was fucked up. Yeah, it was. It was fucked up.
Yeah. Well, you say, so somebody was talking about that women need honesty, and the thing is, man, let me tell you, I mean, it is hard to give women real honesty. I'm telling you. You know, and yeah, niggas lie, and I'm not gonna, man, niggas lie. Men lie, women lie. Shit, numbers lie too, depending on who you get your statistics from. But, you know, because I've tried my best to always be honest about shit. And boy, women get real upset. They get uncomfortable or whatever it may be, because maybe they haven't experienced it enough, and that could be part of the problem. It might not be me. It just might be that they're so used to men around them sugarcoating shit that, you know, getting the message from me or getting how I deliver it, maybe it doesn't make them feel good or whatever else it's going to be. But women don't want to, they get angry. I've had experience, women get angry with you for being honest, you know, and a lot of women don't want to hear that shit. They want something different, you know, so.
Especially when they feel like you attacking them.
Yeah.
And that's like the little trigger word to where I understand, okay, look, she's not going to be receptive to anything I say because she's feeling like I'm assassinating her character or I'm trying to belittle her or some shit, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to open your eyes to some shit that you can't even see about your own damn self. And some people just don't be willing to hear that shit, and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It really sucks. It's like, I'm really trying to help you, and you just don't want to accept it. And then sometimes they don't see it within themselves until it's too late. And you just like, damn, I could have helped that person if only they would have just took the criticism. Just listen for a second and then reflect on it before you react. But people, not just women, but people just react to shit. They just get triggered off of one little part of what it is you say. Why you gotta say it like that? Well, it's not about what I'm saying, or the way I'm saying it is about what the fuck I'm telling you. Just listen for a second, and then they start tuning your ass out. They don't want to hear no more of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, you being so negative. No, I'm not being negative. I'm trying to shine some light on this shit that you can't see. I don't know how to explain this to you first. I can't break this down and make it any simpler. You fucking up, and you don't even know you fucking up. Well, how you know? You don't know everything. All right. Go on, do what it is you do. Then they thinking you being condescending. Then after all the shit said and done and the smoke clears, that's when they come back. Damn, man, I should have listened to your ass. Like, bro, I don't do this shit for my benefit because it don't benefit me none. What you think? That I'm trying to just make myself seem superior to you? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I just want to see you make it. That's it. And people don't see that and it's hard to trust people nowadays. And I get it. But if a motherfucker ain't never lied to you, always kept it 100 with you, you should appreciate it. A lot of people don't because they think that, oh, he always in the negative shit. But some people do because they done got fucked over by so many people.
Yeah.
When they finally meet somebody that's real and genuine, they keep that motherfucker as close as they possibly can because they know what they gonna get every time they fuck with you is the truth. And that's my partner told me. He said, man, out of anybody I know, you the realest nigga I have ever met. You are more honest than anybody I know. You more honest than my mom, than anybody in my family. You gonna always tell me the truth. Always. He said, you the only nigga I trust like that because you ain't never lied to me before. And we've been kicking it for what, 15, 16 years? Nigga ain't never lied in 15, 16 years?
No.
Come on, bro. Whether it was some hurtful shit or not. Because trust me, we done got into it before, but then he came back like, man, my bad, I was tripping. I was like, yeah, you was being an emotional little bitch, but that's all right. I still fuck with you.
It'd be like that
I still fuck with you. You know, because I know I'm raw and I'm vulgar and shit. I'm like that, but I don't really mean nothing by it. I really don't. That's just how I kid around. You know, because I call you a hoe ass nigga, but you know I don't really think you just a hoe ass nigga like disrespectfully. Even though it is disrespectful to an outside ear, but between us, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I agree. I don't know, man. Anything else you want to add to that, Professor Trio?
Nah, I'm good. Just ladies, man. Like Pac say, keep your head up. that's the only advice I can give to y'all, man. Cause these niggas, jeez, and they getting worse, man. They getting worse.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody teaching them. Shout out to Prepaid and Honcho. Niggas out here being real fathers to these fucking kids, man. Shout out to y'all. Fuck. Need some help around this bitch.
Straight up.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna holler at you later.
Already, man. Appreciate it, Professor Trio.
All right, man.
Already. So why is that? I see we having this chat. Why is it that women don't accept rejection? And I know niggas don't either. But what I'm saying with a man, though, in society, it's okay to reject a man. It's completely acceptable. But if you reject a woman, you a dog ass nigga, you a hoe ass, you all these bad things. And I'm saying this from personal experience. There's been times that, you know, friends try to hook you up with a friend and you were like, nah, I'm cool, I'm not really interested, she's not necessarily my type. And it's nothing rude that you say. But then all of a sudden that friend flip, oh, you hoe, you think you better, you think you this. So it goes both ways, you know. It's just, why do people respond so poorly to rejection? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello. Miss Rashida, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I called in early. I called in this morning. I don't know why I feel a little sleepy right now, but anyway. Yeah. I mean, when I gave y'all my story, I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. Jay Dizzle, we feel the same. Get into it, be that cool. Get into it, be that cool. So, it ain't like you gotta, you know, treat me a different way. And that's part of the reason why people don't like, you know, sometimes sharing their story, because I don't want people handling me like I'm broken, you know. I just want to be.
Hello? No, I don't know if it's
Hello?
on. Yeah, hello? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to be, you know, treated, you know, normal.
Okay. And I can understand that.
But like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I do let them know, certain things that may affect the relationship. So it won't be no surprises, nothing like that.
So have you, excuse me. So has any man ever treated you differently after you've kind of maybe been open with him and kind of explained things? Do you see a difference in the response or the way they react, or have you kind of mostly held things to yourself?
Well, I mean, I haven't had that many relationships where it was necessary to disclose real personal information, like that. But I can't say it made it different or better or anything, It was kind of still like the same. So, but I think it's important to tell certain things that happen in your past to your partner. Because he might want to know why you don't want him touching you, or why you don't want him, why you're not as affectionate. He might want to know those things. So.
Okay. So talking about, halfway having in the chat talking about rejection and things like that. Why? And I know it's people across the board, but I do believe that there is a bit of a double standard. Now I know nigga come hollering at you all crazy and you rejecting and they get mad on you this and this when initially he tried to approach you, but I think it's a difference though, because like I say from my personal experience, like there's been times like I say if I've had. It may be a friend of a friend, and she come telling me, my friend, she like you, she want to get, hey, I'm not really that interested, it's cool, yada yada, not like that or something like that. Then, the script almost immediately flips, and you think you this, you think you that, you a hoe, why you too good for my friend, or even if it's someone that I may have had, conversations with, but I'm not looking at it in that aspect. It's just to me, it's just a good conversation. I'm not talking about anything sexual. I'm not encouraging anything sexual. But then maybe something goes that way, or she could bring something up of that nature, and I'm just kind of, decline to offer the opportunity. Why is it that a man becomes a bad guy in a situation like that?
Because it takes a lot for a woman to even think about approaching a man, and then for him to reject you like that's a negative. You don't have to accept their rejection, ladies.
Well, you have to accept the rejection.
No, you don't. For what?
But if you put yourself out there.
Don't know, because, a lot of men, they confused about what they want. So even though he said no, that's not what he meant.
So that means stalking?
Not right.
Nah, no means no. It goes both ways. Hey, no means no. Say no, it's a no go.
No means not right now.
No, I mean now, not now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not in the near future, not this time. Who said? I guess I see you next lifetime, not next lifetime. Because some people you already know when it's a situation. This would not be.
What you do is you get his mama number and call her and let her know what the situation is, because a lot of men don't know what they want. She got to tell them. So. You good, girl. You good, sis.
And the thing is, it's not even always necessarily that the chick is ugly. It's like you just sometimes you can know a person and know they got some issues. And I know if I pipe you down and I do it right, how to escalate certain behaviors. And so you were just like, nah, it's probably best that I don't get into this situation. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yet it becomes a problem. It becomes an issue because, they start thinking, you think you conceited or you this. No, your friend is problematic and I don't want that drama in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because then if I get to fucking with you and everything that I surmise is true, then I become the bad guy because I want to stop fucking with you. So I just rather not get into that situation. And then, again, so either way, it's a lose-lose. And look, you call my mama know the game. She already know what's up. My mama, she always keep it 100. She'll talk to you. She'll give you all kind of advice. But she know my mentality. Shit, she ain't gonna guide you in my direction. She gonna tell you to go the other way. It's what's best for you. That's the one thing that I've always loved about my mom. Motherfuckers always come to my mama for some advice and shit. And that's, now that I think about that, people who had poor parenting who would come to my mom, they would always talk about how they love talking to my mom. I'm like, damn, y'all niggas talk to my mama more than I do. Goddamn, y'all supposed to come kick it with your boy. Y'all over here having a conversation with my mom about your life and your problems. Nigga, fuck your problem. It's my mama. I get to talk to now. And she would always.
Sometimes men, they don't know what's good for them. So
This is tough. This is tough. What I'm hearing. I don't know. About
I mean,
all that.
if you feel like that's the man for you, and you approach him and he say no, then it's obvious that he don't know what he wants. Unless he already got a woman, he's available. Period.
No. I don't think it's necessarily about the chase getting turned off, Michelle. I think it's just, some men they gonna knock down whatever, and if it's if it's conducive to the situation, they gonna do it. But sometimes when a woman is crazy, and you're
Right.
like, I like my car tires, I like my windows, I enjoy my job. I don't want her fucking all my shit up, I don't want no thin line between love and hate type shit. So you just like,
But
nah, I'm cool.
if you do right, you won't have to worry about nothing. It's when you do wrong that you have to worry about some things.
But doing right is by declining the initial invitation, so you don't run into their problems. So why forcefully?
You don't have that option.
No, yeah, there's always options. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
you ever play video games, Miss Rashida?
No, I don't play video games.
No. Well, on a lot of video games, when you start the game up, they got like a intro menu type thing, and it has like start game and option menu where you pick your level of difficulty and your sound levels and all that stuff, so you can set the game just the way you like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, I always go to the option menu first when I play video games, just to make sure everything is the way I want it. So I always believe in options. When you wake up, you look around, you got an option. You can hop right out of bed and get to your day, or you can hit that snooze button and lay in for a few extra. You always got options. And so the word no can be a very good option sometimes.
No, it's like when you go into the grocery store. It's just like shopping for a man. You put the ones you want in your cart. The back time you get to check out, some of them you might discard, and then the ones you keep, you get them and you take them home. They don't have no option.
I'm leaving all mine in the self checkout. I'm like, you know what? I thought I wanted this. I'm gonna leave it with the cashier. Hey, ma'am, I thought I wanted this, but this ain't what I really want. It looked good, but I see that it's not the quality that I was expecting. I'm gonna just leave this with you. Would you mind putting that back for me?
It don't work like that. It don't work like that. No. But that's why I think the double standard is. So it is just more difficult for women to approach, and then you get rejected. That's rough. That's tough. It's hard. It's like a blow for your ego. Like, what's wrong with me? Why would he say no?
I mean, I can understand that. But I don't think that just because I think if somebody politely declines, then it may
Ain't no
be.
way to politely reject nobody.
Well, yeah, it is. You say, hey, I'm just not interested at this time, or I got things going on in my life, and I don't think that it would be ideal to, get into a situation like this, or, and you try to be.
If they don't see they have a relationship, it's personal. You won't take it personal.
Yeah.
So if you want to reject somebody, you just tell them you're involved in something already.
Okay. So you gotta lie. So don't be honest and gotta lie to them. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to be honest with y'all, and then y'all telling me to lie to the women. See, the women telling me to lie to the women. I can't believe.
Now, you said you wanted all your property intact. I was just trying to help you keep your property intact.
Well, I mean, I guess if you gotta lie to keep it together, you gotta do what you gotta do. But
it's not necessarily a lie, because you might be in a situationship. We all have them. It might not be active, but we all have somebody in our phone we can call and hook up with.
Okay.
Even though you might be technically single, you should still have something in your phone. for those times of need.
I keep the phone empty. I can't do it no more.
Well, not you, because you in a relationship. But I'm just saying, for
Shit, even prior
people
to, because that you can't that you make that after midnight call can get you in trouble.
Mhm. Exactly. So,
Okay.
hmm
Oh, okay. So have you ever had to deal with a situation like that, or you been the rejected? You been out there like Hakeem on the block, just rejecting niggas.
I haven't been rejected because I don't do that. I don't approach nobody like that. So I don't feel like I need to. If they interested, they'll let me know.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what you mentioned earlier about your story, and I don't want you to think that it's just I guess it's not about judging you or looking at you different. I think it's just that being enlightened and having a better understanding of someone. So I don't want you to
Hmm.
think we feel any different about you. I just know I'm not leaving none of my cupcakes around you. If you get mad at me, I'm gonna be, you want some cupcake? Look, I'm gonna be like, what happened? I know I left them right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no problems. We.
Well, I mean, at some point, a person gonna get tired. You keep poking them there, eventually they gonna bite you. So, it is what it is. He kept on. So he used to always tell my mom I'm mean. I wasn't mean. I was nice growing up. Um, he made me mean.
No, that's tough. But I don't think
Cause
you
he
mean.
one time, cause I had my own room back then, cause I was the only girl. Cause my old brother he had moved out, so I had my own room, and he came. I would keep my door open, and he came back. He saw something on the floor. He was like, "You gonna pick that up?" I was just tired of his shit at that point. He just nitpicking. I always come in my room just looking around. I said, sick of this shit. So I had a bookshelf in my room. I just took all the books and just threw all the shit on the floor.
Mm.
He called my mama at work. He said she crazy. Cause I was teenager at that time. You know how teenagers are. I'm just fed up. You've been verbally abusing us for years. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I'm ready to fight. We gonna fight, or you know, I just couldn't take it no more. But we didn't get to that point where I had to actually put fight or nothing like that. But it was still. I mean, kids get fed up too. There's only so much you can do, so much you can take. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Kids are little people. You know what I'm
right
saying?
when we little, it ain't too much you can do. But when you start getting up at age, and you start, getting up in size, shit.
Yeah.
But I was ready. If anybody had tried to jump on them, I was finna get in that shit. I was finna give you some kicks in and everything.
I don't believe that. I believe you're a very peaceful woman.
No, you better believe what I just told you. I want to
Nah,
throw me some
nah.
haymakers in there, some kicks, some everything. That's right. I'm not for real.
Nah, I don't believe all that. I don't believe it. Miss Rashida is an angel. You know what I'm saying?
She angel in disguise, cause trust and believe, yeah, it was gonna go down up in there. But I guess luckily it never got to that point. But it is what it is. So,
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else I want to ask you? I don't think I do. Anything you want to add to the conversation, Miss Rashida?
yeah, what was so funny about the cupcake situation? I felt like I did what I had to do.
No,
Shit.
no. I mean,
I mean,
it's just. I don't know. But just because it's just funny. I guess just because just the story itself, I don't know. It wasn't. I don't blame you. Like I don't blame you. Like man, fuck y'all and these cupcakes. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Exactly. Like, how many times I'm gonna have to miss out on cupcakes? You know, all kids like cupcakes, and y'all gonna keep buying the box of cupcakes and not giving me none?
Yeah, you ain't just
Because
like,
after the first four was gone, then he put the next four out. You know, a day or two later, I still couldn't get none of that. You know,
yeah.
I got to that. So yeah.
You're not just gonna fucking, just eat these hoes in front of my face, looking all delicious and
Exactly.
shit, and just, that make me think about that Eddie Murphy when he was talking about the ice cream, and about making fun of other kids' shit. Then the motherfucker ice cream fails. Shit, sometimes you gotta handle your shit.
Exactly. But he used to do a lot of whole shit like that. So I was trying to make differences between his kids and it was cool. You know, he was cool before he had his kids. You know, he treated me and my brother like, I don't want to say like his kids, but he treated us better. And then when my mom started having his kids, then it's like his attitude changed.
Yeah, that's just a whole ass nigga though. That's me. That's just whole ass tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Like any man that does that is he has broad tendencies inside. He's very feminine inside.
And don't get me wrong now, I was mad at my mama too for allowing him to come in there and do that. But, like I can't hold no grudge against her. You know, I ain't got nobody else. I mean, what I'm gonna do? Hold grudge against my mama. I ain't got no father. So what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
You gotta let stuff go and you gotta move on.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes I think that I do kind of have some resentment towards her for that. But, I manage it. So.
Did you ever have a conversation, kind of like sit down with her and just kind of tell her about your feelings and things, about that whole situation?
Yeah, we've had that conversation more than one time, And then I feel like, I done got that closure, but then it just creeped back up. Like, I don't know. Because don't get me wrong, she was a good mother, but she was also being verbally abused. So how can you be that mad at somebody when they going through something, they self? So.
Yeah, straight up. Okay. Well, it's
And
good
then
that
it's hard to stay mad at somebody, Hell, I can't keep thinking about old problems. I got new issues,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because you hold on to shit like that, it does nothing but deteriorate you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think we done came a long way. We had a good relationship, I feel. But something, like I said, it will creep back up in there, Like I get irritated with her over something little.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just starting to really realize that. I didn't even realize I was doing that, but now I kind of see. So, like I said, I'm glad y'all that we had this topic because I feel like I done got a lot out. Mm, I don't know. It just feels good to get it out because, like the other lady caller said, I don't really tell people my business because my family, they ain't worth shit. If you ain't got no money to get them or nothing like that, they don't want to be bothered with you.
Yeah.
Or if you can't help them do favors for them, they don't want to be bothered with you. So, I mean, I got friends that treated me more like family than I'm a family.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a wild thing, They say blood is thicker than water, but man, how thick is your blood? Because sometimes it ain't
Like my
what you think
brother,
it is.
Even my brother friends, that's his friends. It's more like my brothers and my own family. You know what I'm saying? That's sad.
It really is. Well, you know,
Mhm.
at least you got folks that you know that you can rely on. It may not necessarily be family, but you know
Right.
you have those people.
Exactly. So, you know. But I want to tell Jay this, it ain't over. We still on. We still got a love hate relationship. So,
Okay, you go pull up in that truck, you go hear that ha. You gonna be
and they
outside.
all his tires gonna be on the flat too. Let them pull up. I'm waiting on.
I don't want no plex. I ain't even trying to put nobody in that situation.
I'm gonna have him some chalupas ready.
Was the chicken chalupa? What was it? Was it
Yeah,
chicken? Okay.
yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
That's funny. That's funny. Uh, okay, okay. Well, anything else you want to add to the combo?
Nope, nope. Are you ready to wind it down, or you finna take another call?
I may take one or two more calls and get ready to wind it down here. I'm trying to debate on if I'm gonna give the folks a mixer tonight or not. I'm not sure
Yeah,
yet.
you should, cause it's been a minute.
Yeah, I might.
Where's Broderick at? Cause he talking about he want to come say something. I ain't even seen him in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I say. Roger's the one who suggested this topic. He popped up early, then he said he was gonna slide back through the night, and then I ain't seen him.
Exactly.
You know, shame on. But ever since Game of Thrones and ended, Broderick has been
Um,
unreliable. Mm-mm-mm.
he's very. We gonna remind him of this because I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And prepaid, where you at? You need to call in.
You know, we might
I'm
just be
calling
missing.
all y'all out. All y'all need to call in and get that shit off y'all chest. If you got some, go on and express because it is helpful to
Yeah,
get it off your chest.
I do agree. I do agree. You know. So, and again, shout out to all of y'all who have called in and shared your story. Because, like I said, again, I know it's not easy. I know it's not,
No, it
you know,
definitely wasn't easy because I'm not that kind of person that just open up about my personal deals. But I do feel better, feel a lot better, and I even learned something while I'm sharing. I'm learning the way that I operate have something to do more with my past than I thought. So
and I think we all grow, and that's ultimately
exactly.
what the goal of the hopefully the goal of the den is for folks is that we grow. You know what I'm saying? That we learn
Hmm.
something from one another, and that's being able to see those different. I can honestly say today definitely had an impact on the way that I plan on approaching things from this point forward. So, and I sincerely
I
think
thought I had it rough, you know what I'm saying? But after listening to some of them other calls, I know I had it rough, but I still I don't know. I'm praying for the other ladies that called in. So that's all. That's all I can say.
well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you sharing. I appreciate you holding down your moderator duties. I appreciate you, Miss Rashida. If no nobody else tell you, I'ma tell you. I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you again. I appreciate everybody else that took the time to listen to my story.
Alrighty, you have a good evening, and
You too.
we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye
All
bye.
right, all right. Shout out to Miss Rashida. Um, man, and that's. I fuck with the den, man. Not because this my channel or anything. It's because if y'all notice, I say it's y'all because y'all make this thing. Like I said, I can sit here just talking my ass off all day long, and it wouldn't be anything. I'm not saying it wouldn't be anything. It might be interesting, but the fact that y'all call in, y'all share these stories, and again, I'll say it again, that y'all have helped me grow much more along this journey than just subscriber numbers. It's not even about that. Just perspective views, from the other side, things I've never thought about, perspectives I've never seen or couldn't even imagine. And it's tough, man. It's tough, and I'm glad that y'all are here. I'm glad that all of you are here, sharing your story. Okay, let's see. We'll take one or two more calls before we get ready to wind it up. Well, first, hold on. Let me see. Do the folks want a mixer? Do the folks want a mixer? I mean, y'all let me know if you want some mixer action tonight. Drop a 1. If you don't want no mixer action tonight, drop a 0. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Hitman 2. I'm gonna play Hitman 2 tonight. Y'all know how Hitman go. Because I like Assassin's Creed, but I might just fuck around with that on my own. I'm gonna play Hitman 2 because y'all know I be fucking up on Hitman. I be frying it. I have no stealth capabilities in gaming whatsoever because my natural inclination is to get into that action. I don't be want to creep in this life, so I be fucking it up on here, man. I be trying to do stealth, man. I end up killing 15 people, innocents and shit. Eventually I finish the mission, but For those of y'all who are asking, Mixer's like a Twitch game streaming platform. And so what we usually do on the Mixers, it has chat and all that stuff. The chat is actually like damn near real time, which is cool. It's a little bit faster than on YouTube. Apologize for your ears. And what we do in the Mixer, we talk bad about everybody who does not show up in the Mixer. So if you ain't in the Mixer, we talk bad about you. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's the motherfucking deal, Honcho?
Who is this? I remember this voice. It seemed like it's been so long since I've
Oh
heard.
my
I'm
God.
just fucking
Don't
with
over exaggerate.
you. All right. So what's on your mind? Miss Lady? What would you
Okay, I just gotta ask first. Who the hell is Rob C? Did he change his name from something else?
Rob C joined us a few days ago, I believe.
Oh well, I'm thankful that you joined him, but at the same time, you better watch your mouth in this motherfucking den. There's too many people in here that's like family in here, and you better watch your mouth. I'm telling you. Anywho, he said some words I didn't like. That shit, I hate that word. If you use a C word to a female, I swear that's worse than anything. I hate that word with a passion.
See you next Tuesday?
Nah, you know what I'm talking about, the C-U-N-T word. I hate that word. That is such an ugly ass word for a female. And I'm talking about, Rob, you better watch your mouth. I'm telling you, I'm talking about the wrong motherfucker for real.
I have a theory about that word. And
my God, what's that?
Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That word, I don't know how it works on black women, but I think that word has special powers against white women. I think that's like the ultimate white woman repellent word. Like, because when you see a white woman get extremely angry, that is the word she goes to. I don't think I've ever really seen a black woman use that word. But
no, I really haven't either. But I mean, some men have, and I just don't like that word.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it might be something. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't like that word. I've never said that word. I call you a bitch first, and then we can duke it out. Yeah. But
I'm telling you,
I ain't gonna say that. He better watch his damn mouth. Anyway. Rashida, big hugs though, you know what I'm saying? I missed the story, but I know it's hard when you spill your heart out. And you know, that shit is kind of hard. But sometimes it's good to let it out, for real. You know, even though it's to some people that you never meet in person, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the best source sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because if they judge you or not, you know what I'm saying? Hey, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, and we had some good calls tonight, though, y'all. I seen Professor Trill get a little emotional a little bit and shit. He done spit out a little bit. I was like, oh, snap. Oh. Oh, how you been?
I've been good. I've been good. Been a learning lesson for me today.
I know it. I know it. It really has. Really open your eyes to, you know, some shit that people really go through. You know, it kind of, it's good, man, because to me, that's why I love hearing this shit, because it's not shit. Y'all know what I mean. But it's good to know because you feel like you're not the only person that's been through stuff. Because when you go through stuff, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you all alone. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody to talk to about it. And a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, you keep bottled inside. And, you know, it's good. It sucks that you went through it, don't get me wrong. But it is nice, to, you know, it does kind of feel good that you're not alone when, you know, when people go through stuff and stuff like that. And you should keep that in mind as well. You know what I'm saying? You are not alone. You know what I'm saying? You do have somebody, you know, like Trill said, shit, if I could give my number out, I would. I would listen to somebody all damn day long. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, let's talk it out, shit. I've been through. Y'all know I have, so that's not even half of anything, you know. So it is what it is, but I know I'm not the only one. So y'all just know that and keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying, that somebody is there for you. And if I could be, I sure damn would. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. But that's really all I had to say. I mean, I was just calling in to say hey to everybody. I'm in the middle of work and stuff like that, so I can't say hey to everybody at, you know, texting and stuff. So, but shit, I'm about to head out to Germany on Monday, you know, to go to my grandpa's funeral and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, like the other day, I've been going through an emotional roller coaster. I don't even know, like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I'm getting emotional, you know what I'm saying, or if just a lot of stuff is starting to hit me, you know what I'm saying, more at once. Because, like, my mom was sitting over here talking to me about, you know, because you get, like I told y'all, my dad was in the Army and stuff like that, and that's my daddy, you know what I'm saying? That's not my real father. I don't know who my real father is. I've talked to him, like, maybe twice, you know what I'm saying? I was 13 when I found out. No, I take that back. I was 9 when I found out that I actually even had you know, that he was my stepdad, because we did like a family tree type homework at school. And I was like, hold up. My mom's maiden name is this. My daddy's last name is this. Where the hell did my last name come from? Like, it never dawned on me until I did that damn homework. And then when then I just popped the question, like, what the hell? They was like, oh, well, you know, that guy that calls sometimes on your birthday, we say it's your uncle, that's your real father. And I was like, oh, okay, well, shit, you know. I mean, sometimes I kind of felt like with my daddy, I ain't gonna lie, and I even lashed out and told him this, you know, when I got angry with him, or, you know, if he tried to, you know, after I found out and he tried to punish me for something that I did, you know. And my brother, that's his real son, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, that's him. But, you know, and I just kind of felt like it was like a little favoritism thing, but it was just me being stupid, you know what I'm saying? And I felt bad that I lashed out that way, because he's been there since day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I knew. You know, that was my daddy, and that was just that, you know. And my father, he reached out to me, but he's like been in and out of jail. And I think one conversation that we even had, like around my 16th birthday or something like that, that he called, and I hadn't talked to him in a while. He was just like, oh, well, you know, well, if you get pregnant, you know, don't get pregnant by no black guys, and, you know, little stupid shit like that. And I'm like, well, if I get pregnant, that's what it's just going to fucking be. So you kind of, you know, who the fuck are you to tell me that, first off? And then second of all, that's just what it is. That's who I am. And then he was like, oh, You know, then he felt kind of crunchy a little bit, you know, whatever. But like I said, in and out of prison. So the last time I really talked to him was like when I was, actually after I had moved here to North Carolina and after I had my daughter, and he was like, oh, well, I'm out and I want to see you and da-da-da. Still never seen him. And that was like the last time I talked to him. So that was about 14 years ago. You know, and it was like, you know, I kind of felt like after my daddy passed, you know, it would have been kind of nice, you know what I'm saying, to somewhat have a relationship with him. But now it's kind of more like, I don't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He really isn't nothing to me, you know what I'm saying? And he'll never be my daddy, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? He lost that chance. I mean, I guess he kind of tried when he kept trying to keep in contact and stuff like that, but now that we're older and we could have actually met up, I don't know. But then again, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? For all I know, he could be dead right now. I don't know. You know, so he don't really cross my mind like that. You know, it is what it is. My daddy passed away when I was 18, and that's what I know, and that's what I cared about, and that's my, you know, that's my family, his side of the family, you know. But like we had got into it with them too, man. Like it's crazy because, you know, like you said, you know, they say that blood is supposed to be thicker than water, and I know, you know what I'm saying, because me and him weren't blood, and that side of the family we're not really blood, but that's what I knew. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. My aunt, one of my aunts, that was married to his brother, you know what I'm saying? I guess after all this time, they finally got divorced. Like, she couldn't deal with him, whatever, and everybody was against her anyway. They always felt like, you know, she was the boo man, whatever. So, they always talk shit about her. So now she moves on, and she actually comes to North Carolina. So, you know, she hit me up, and she was like, hey, you know, this is what's going on. You know, do you want to see me? I would love to see you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hell yeah. You know, you're my family. I know you as my auntie. That's what you've always been. I don't have no quarrels with you. I don't know what everybody else's problem is, but I don't have no problem with you, just like I don't have no problem with my uncle. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, you know, she kind of cried, and she was all like, you know, thank you, because everybody else, you know, disowned me since I left her uncle and da-da-da, you know. So come to find out, just because I posted on Facebook that we met up and had a good time and stuff like that, you know, now all of a sudden my other aunt was all like, oh, really? That's your favorite aunt now? And I'm like, what? I mean, you've always been my favorite aunt, but that's my aunt, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my other aunt. So it is what it is. Like, what's the problem? Well, you know, we don't like her, and she did your uncle dirty, and da-da-da-da-da. So don't fucking call me no more. And then I was like, what? Like, I was so fucking heartbroken. And I called my pop-pop's house, and he pretty much says the same thing. Like, we don't fucking like her, and you over there hanging with her like it's all good. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even see y'all like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which sucks, because y'all stay all the way in fucking Philly. You know, so I don't even get to see or spend time with y'all like that. And you want me to judge off of he say, she say, just because you don't like her don't mean I have to not like her. She ain't do shit to me. Mm-hmm. You know? But he was just like, don't ever fucking call my house again. Wow. And that shit tore me apart because, you know, he wasn't that type. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even that type to ever be angry at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was Pop-Pop. That's the one you ran to when everybody else pissed you off. So that shit really hurt me. It was like, damn, wow, it shocked the shit out of me. You know? But he did finally reach out, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was because my brother, you know, he stopped kind of talking to them because he felt like it was kind of fucked up. you know, so he just kind of distanced himself, but he didn't say anything, you know. But when they all found out that we was all pretty much living together, then now you want to reach out and find out, you know, how I'm doing and everything. And that shit made me cry, you know, kind of made me feel good, like, okay, good, you know, maybe we can reconcile. My aunt, she still won't talk to me because I kind of laid in on her and I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, oh, it's so easy for you to neglect me because I'm not your blood. And that's just how I felt at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't do nobody else like that. You know what I'm saying? That's been in the family and that's been in that area, you know what I'm saying, for years. Like, I missed out on a lot of shit. And I hate that. And then you're going to throw that shit in my face. And it was just like, you know, that's what I felt like at the time. Like, okay, because we not blood, you just so easily throw me to the side and I'm nothing to you. You know, and she still won't fucking talk to me. But like I said, he reached out. And then now I'm trying to call him just to see how he's doing and stuff like that. And I don't know if the phone is cut off, but he has a cell phone and I've left a message and now he's still not really talking to me. So I'm just like, okay, was that just a front because you wanted to talk to my brother? You know what I'm saying? Because that's really, you know what I'm saying, because y'all really are blood. You know what I'm saying? Type deal, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anywho, I totally went off the subject. But yeah, so I'm going to Germany on Monday, you know what I'm saying, to go to the funeral and stuff like that. And so, yeah, like I said, with the whole emotional thing, oh, damn, I went totally off subject. Okay, so, right. Damn. You see, shit just be on your mind and shit just comes out. I'm telling you, that's why I like this show. I guess I had to get it off my chest. Maybe that's one of the things that was bothering me too. I don't know. But anywho, I had to go look through some paperwork from my mom about my dad's death and shit. And yeah, that kind of got to me a little bit because I'm like going through the autopsies and we've got like millions of copies of that and I'm just trying to look for a certain thing, but I'm having to read all this, you know, so that kind of took a toll on me. And then I'm thinking about my grandpa in Germany now and everything else. And I was just like a hot mess one day. Like, I could not keep it the fucking together. I stayed fucking crying all day long. Like, certain songs, it was like, oh my God, turn that shit off, you know what I'm saying? Like, I even snapped at my daughter because she want to play a certain song, and I'm like, nope, hell no, and I just started crying and shit. I was just, emotional fucking mess, but it is what it is. It's life. I mean, the older you get, it seems like the more people you lose, you know what I'm saying? And that shit's crazy, but it is what it is, but you also meet new people, and that's why I guess I hang on to them so hard, you know what I'm saying? And I do feel like that a lot of the women that do call in and open up, like I said, Rashida, I ain't hear everything, but it seemed like it took a little toll from me, but, you know, I can feel that. You know, I don't know about other people, but like when I hear other people's stories, you know what I'm saying, like that puts me in emotions for real. Like, I really feel your pain and I kind of hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, I got my own shit. Now I'm crying because of your shit too. God damn it, I can't help it. You know, and I think you do too hot, so I think that's why you listen so well. You know what I'm saying? Because you can kind of talk your ass off for real. I'm like, this man, when you do your shows without, you know, having people call in and stuff like that, I'm like, damn, this is a talking ass man for real. Yeah, that's okay though. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't mind listening to you.
What you trying to say though? I mean, what you really trying to say though? That's what I'm, you know. What are you trying to? What are you really trying to say about me, Miss Lady?
Never anything bad, huh? Never anything bad. I love y'all. Y'all good people, man. And y'all stay up and Rob sees that watch them out. All right.
Well, Miss Lady, you have a very safe trip. And, you know,
I appreciate it.
You know, we'll have you in our minds and our hearts, and we can't wait to hear back from you.
Oh, you know, I'm be probably trying to lurk in every now and again, so I, you know, for a hot second.
We'll be looking for you.
All right. Well, y'all be good. I appreciate you letting me call in.
Already. You have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
Shout out to Miss Lady Licious, you know, and I know this is a transitionary period. I know you got some things going on, and you gotta get it, get it all figured out. And so we here for you if you ever need to speak, whether you got a vent or go off track or whatever you gotta do. All right, Beto, appreciate you coming through. Ain't nobody voting for you though, but appreciate you coming through, man. Bring that water burger. Hit a kick flip on your way. It's like, call in. My name, the line is open. Like I said, I'll take one, maybe two more calls. Because I'm gonna give the folks a little mixer action. We're gonna talk bad about everybody who don't want to act right in the den on the mixer. Now we're just gonna talk bad about y'all. So if you fucking with the mixer and you wanna come through, we'll do that after we'll do that here after the next call. Whoever the next call is, we'll probably make that the last call, and then we'll go after that. Uh-oh. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Bretto, what's the motherfucking deal, babe? Hold on. Okay, there we go. I almost hit you with the Roman. What's the motherfucking deal, Bretto, man? What's on your mind tonight, man?
Goddamn, fuck, man. What a beautiful day it is today. How's the weather down there, first of all? How's the weather down there?
Man, fucked up. Goddamn, it was raining, and then, it was cool. Like I was saying, it was hot all fucking day, and then I came down here to get ready for the den tonight. It was cool and shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's been raining off and on and shit, but I can deal with it. It's better than fucking sweating my ass. I'm still sweating in this bitch because the ra's still hot, but the rest of the outside is cool. So, yeah, weather fucked up, but it's all good.
It's pretty nice down here right now. We got that cool summer breeze going on. It's fucking nice, dude. It's only 11 o'clock down here, so it's like 1 down there or what? No, it's about to be 11.
You're about to be one. You're about to be one, yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, anyways, about the whole daddy issue thing or, mommy issue, I don't really believe that's a thing, dude. I mean, for some people, maybe. Mm-hmm. I mess around with some older Mexican ladies, but like, you know what's up, dude.
Yeah. So you don't think that might be a mommy issue thing? That's why you like the older Mexican ladies? You don't think that could be a mommy issue thing?
But I don't have any mommy issues though. Like, I mean, like, or daddy. Hopefully I don't have daddy issues, but I don't have any of those kind of issues. It's more of like a sexual thing. Okay. To be honest with you, it really is. Kind of like forbidden, so I guess you kind of want to do it. I don't mess around with them if they're too older than me. Just like, probably like 20 years is like my fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Goddamn fucking, I'm hella keys, bro. Sorry. Like anyways, like the maximum age I'm willing to date, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, but I mean, there are some I'm sure that do have daddy issues. You know what I mean? You see these fucking chicks getting into stripping at such a young age, you know what I mean? And maybe they have daddy issues or whatnot, because, I mean, a lot of these dudes that go to these strip clubs are old-ass men, you know what I mean? So, but, I mean, that's just, there's, chicks that like to date older men. That might be what I'm talking about, too. Maybe it's a sexual thing. But, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say they don't exist. But I'm just saying, it's not the case for everyone. Like me, it's not my case. It's more of like a sexual thing. I don't really have any, I get along well with my parents and whatnot. But for other people, I can understand that. Especially if they have like a deadbeat dad, some douchey fucking piece of shit or whatnot. Who knows what the fuck? Maybe they have a horrible mom. So, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they have a normal life. I guess it's different. But I mean, what do you think about that, Honcho?
Man, I've heard some things today, man, that have changed my perspective on a lot. And, thankful for the den ladies who've called in and shared some very intense stories. And I think there's a lot more going on than we realize, maybe as men, because we don't have some of the same experiences. You know, I always thought it was just, to me, it was kind of a, I want to say a casual thing. It was just not like, it happens. It's not a big deal. But man, I'm starting to see that it may have a bigger effect on society than we may have initially realized, than I may have initially realized.
You know, Honcho, I agree with that. I was just thinking about that, and it's funny because when you were talking about that on your show, you were saying how it might lead to like people leaning towards pedophilia should be legalized.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking the same thing. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I mean, I was thinking the same thing too. Let's check this out. Check this shit out, bro. Check this shit out.
No.
I was on a date recently, like a couple weeks ago, with a fucking chick that was like 25 years older than me. You know? And I'm just thinking, like, if we think it's as okay, imagine the future, like people will say, well imagine what's wrong with an older man dating a younger girl. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking about that, like, you know, I mean, this chick's a freak, but, you know, maybe she's like I don't know, like, I don't know, man, I trip out, like, I'm not saying she's like that, but I have to start thinking, you know, like, what, because, I don't know, man, I don't know how to talk about this, man, but it trips me out, like, I was thinking about that, too, like, it's okay now, but if I was, like, you know, 14 or 13 or whatever, and I was banging her, it would be highly illegal.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be very bad.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I still got to do it because I mean, they know what's up. But I mean, they know how to get down, bro. But I mean, at the same time, I'm like, there is some weird fucking shit about this.
Yeah.
And I can understand how it could lead into that. And I was thinking about that before you even mentioned it. I was like, you know, it is really creepy if you kind of think about it. You know, and maybe that's kind of the weird sexual perversion about it. Maybe that's why people want to do it, because it's so taboo. But it's not like it's legal though. So you know, but I mean, you got to understand though, Honcho. To be perfectly honest with you, bro. And I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna lie. But if I'm like fucking 60 or 70 years old, and there's a hot ass like 18 or 19-year-old, 20, whatever, 21-year-old chick, some illegal age is what I'm saying. You know, if they try to bang me, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of them. If I'm single, I'm not gonna lie, and I think that'd be fucking tight. You know what I mean? But it's creepy in a way too, though. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, it's fucking creepy as fucking shit. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think about that, Honcho?
I'm gonna say it's disgusting, but then I'm gonna say if I was an old man and I had I'm gonna be 1,000% real. If I'm old as shit, I'm tired of strolling the old folks home, trying to get some old wrinkly hype. Look, hey, I'm finna just look, and I got some of this young, fresh, prime tenderoni, and I got the option. Shit. You know, hey, I'm on it, man. I'm on it, man.
But it's creepy, too, at the same time, because if you think about it, well, right now I'm thinking about it, but when you're old and you got Alzheimer's and shit, you're going to be like, I can't, what's that? What's that? You know what I mean? But at the time, like right now, as you think about it, I mean, honestly, it's just fucking creepy. Like, you see, like, her great-grandfather and shit. There's, like, 90-year-old dudes banging, like, fucking 18-year-old chicks somewhere in the world right now. A 90-year-old dude is busting a nut to some 18-year-old bitch somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
And that's creepy as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's disgusting as fuck.
But it's legal.
It's disgusting as
legal.
It's disgusting
so that
as
man,
fuck.
He's just an OG, disgusting piece of shit old man. But you know, at least he's getting. But it's fucking gross. I wouldn't say OG, sorry, but. Oh. Anyways, now I was curious about something, Honcho. I'm really curious about this now. I want to know what happened because I connected the dots recently because I was wondering why the hell doesn't this bitch call anymore? and then I saw all these messages. Hey, what happened with you know who? Man, is it?
Oh, you're talking about the. Wait. You talking?
Maria?
Oh.
Yeah, what happened? Because I didn't I connected it. I was like, because I've been gone for a while. Like, I used to call up like every day, and then I went to Aruba, so I was gone for like 2 weeks. And then when I came back, I was like, fuck this shit. So I don't know what happened though, because I mean, now some weird shit happened or what?
All I'm gonna say is there was a stream a few weeks back. I want to say it was called the what was it called? Was it Free for All Friday or something like that? If you get a chance, just kind of watch that stream and check out the chat and everything that goes. It's a little bit of a long stream. Then maybe about 30, 45 minutes from the end or so. Some things take place, but you have to see the beginning. You have to see like the first couple of calls, and then you have to kind of see the end of it. I think it will explain everything that you need to know.
Okay.
It's a long story because it's I think you get better context if you catch, but Miss Maria is no longer with us. So that's just she made some decisions that were just not suitable for the den community, and I had to make an executive decision. So there's that.
I don't even want to know. Okay, so what episode is this now?
It's like I want to say it was like Free for All Friday. It might have been a couple of weeks back. It was like a free range Friday. That's what it was called, Free Range Friday. Yeah, it just
Free Range Friday.
Yeah, 'cause it was just.
All right, I gotta check it out because I was wondering. Because I was thinking she was like an old Mexican lady, so I was like, remember you were gonna hook me up. But if you see, you make it sound like she's a psycho. I don't even want to talk to her now, bro. So is she that weird? So should I run?
Man,
Fuck, bro.
all I can say is just watch the video. I don't know if you ever noticed that sometimes before the den stream goes live, there's always one dislike. Doesn't even matter before the stream is started. Doesn't matter the topic. Doesn't matter anything. There's always one dislike.
They know it's not the government that's disliking it.
Maybe the Canadian government.
Well, did you hear about what happened to what the fuck's that fucking dude's name? I never really liked his channel, but I subscribed either way.
You talking about Crowder?
Because of the Chowder guy or Crowder.
Yeah, Crowder, yeah, Louder Crowder. Yeah. That's some fucked up shit. That I guess if you cry long enough,
dude,
people.
I didn't even. I mean, there was something he said. I can't remember what it was that pissed me off. So I was like, "Fuck this guy," and I unsubscribed to his channel. But I recently subscribed again because of what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what they did to him was so fucked up, Honcho. Tell him what's up.
Yeah. We talked about it briefly last night, and I kind of had a little discussion about it because, the Vox guy, he cried and claimed, this guy has made threats against people, and it's crazy how people will justify bullshit. I'm not with this whole victim mentality. This shit is dumb to me. I'm not with this whole belief of punching down. If you threaten violence against somebody, whether you think you're in a majority party or group or whatever, violence is violence, because he would sit here and talk about throwing milkshakes and assaulting people and doing all this stuff. But the lispy gay guy, that's how he was addressed, and even though he called himself a gay Mexican guy or whatever, and Crowder did nothing but repeat it. And Crowder's like a corny comedian. Some of the stuff he says is funny. Some of the stuff is kind of but Vox's whole point, Vox is a super liberal news organization, and their whole point is to try to deplatform anybody who's not in agreement with their beliefs. And
exactly.
Yeah, and so that's what they kind of did. They used this little lispy gay pit bull to wage these attacks, and they just use him because again he's of so many. What do they call them? Protected groups. He's a minority. He's gay. All those other things. And so, if you attack them back, that it's automatically, people try to look at it like a hate crime. Or you're doing so, But these people are given free range to attack whoever they want without, consequence. And so they used him, and he cried that YouTube hates LGBT, but yet they promote LGBT creators like over everything else, you know. But again, it is what it is because he wasn't getting his way. He's crying like a little bitch, and so they end up demonetizing Crowder. But now the backlash is he has a thing called Bug Club, and he's like, this shit is sold more than ever. Like I watched it today, and he gave old buddy the Employee of the Month award because he's like, thankful to this guy, we sold more Mug Club memberships than we ever have before. So, you know, people are against that shit. And it's even people who would disagree with Crowder that are actually coming out in support of him because of the way shit is getting handled. Like, people don't realize it's a very thin line when you start, you know, banning and calling shit hate speech. So, definitely.
You know what, Honcho? Ever since I heard about that shit, I know it's going to get taken down. But do you know what Breto's going to do?
What's that?
He's going to have to start a YouTube channel. And it's going to get taken down, of course, because they're not going to take me down. Right? And it's going to be crazy. And I was thinking, you know what? Breto should do it. Because if not, we're just going to lose our free speech. You know, the goddamn government wants to take it away from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First of all, they take away our Second Amendment. Well, actually, the first thing they did was they took away our Fourth Amendment with the fucking goddamn Patriot Act. We lost our goddamn Fourth Amendment. You goddamn fucking piece of shit. And secondly, we lost our Second Amendment with all this fucking gun control fucking shit. Losing gun control, you know, they're just taking it away. And now they're going after our First Amendment with political correctness. See how they're trying to silence this guy? And like I said, I didn't even like this guy.
Yeah.
But when I heard this happen to him, I subbed to his channel.
Same thing here.
I don't give a fuck.
I got a question for you though, brother.
I subbed to his channel. I had to do it because I'm not going to let people silence us, man.
I got a question for you though, brother. How do you spell Breto?
Breto.
Okay.
Breto.
I got you.
Breto.
I want to make sure I'm spelling it. Want to make sure I got you right.
Yeah,
man.
motherfucking Breto. God fucking damn it. The fucking damn. Yeah, man. Everybody, bro.
Wow,
What was that one dude? Roman, hands down, OG. Who else? We got Professor Trill. Is Professor Trill the same guy as what's the other dude's name? God damn, I can't even remember everybody. But hands down to everybody here. I know I'm forgetting everybody. There was So Maria's never gonna call back, I'm guessing.
Nah. I think her last call was that Friday. I think she had a couple of calls that stream. Maybe 2 or 3. I can't remember. But those will probably be the last you'll hear of that lovely voice. So it's unfortunate.
I'm sorry. What episode was that again, bro? I'm telling you right now.
Free Range Friday.
Free Range Friday.
Free.
How long did you spread?
It's like about 2 weeks, maybe 2 Fridays ago, maybe 3 Fridays ago. About 2 or 3, maybe about 3 weeks now. I'm not sure, but about 2 or 3 Fridays ago.
All right, Free Range Friday. Okay, and she just fucking flipped out or some shit, huh?
Oh man.
Right. Well, I'm glad I found this out though, Honcho, because dude, like, you know, she was saying like, well, I mean, I heard her voice and I was like saying, yeah, you know, she's like an older Mexican lady, so I was like, yeah. So I'm glad that, you know, I found out what happened because, man, fuck, who knows what happened to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, she definitely identified as white, and she let us know that vehemently that she defended that position. So.
Damn, I bet she was cute though. Huh? Did you see pictures of her?
I saw pictures.
How was it, man? Was it good or was it alright?
I saw pictures. I mean, I'll leave it at that. I mean,
pictures.
Yeah, I mean, she said she put her thing out there for everybody. She told everybody to Google her and you know, check out her Facebook pictures and all that stuff. So, you know, I mean, you know.
Damn, fucking Honcho, you OG, bro. Fucking god damn it. Fuck.
It was a very
There
interesting
was something
exchange.
else. So, anyways, anything else in the news that we should talk about, Honcho? What else is new? Other than censorship, I mean, why the fuck would they want to censor us on YouTube? You know what I mean? The goddamn government? What the fuck is wrong with them? Why do they need to censor us unless we have an opinion that they know is right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't want you to hear the truth. If they're censoring somebody, there's a reason that they're trying to shut you down from hearing what they're saying. You know, so
They don't like it. Like channels like this, like they'll say Ed Honcho's channel gets like 3 billion votes, you know, and they'll say, who's this Bredo guy? You know, he saved the day from tyranny. Nobody knows who he is. He's a goddamn hero, and fucking it gets thrown out because they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to know about it. Because we're saving the day. Look at us. We're fucking goddamn American heroes. Look at us.
The modern
We're
G.I.
saving
Joe.
the goddamn fucking day. Woo! God fucking damn. Shit. Hey, man. I'll talk to you later, man. I'm sure people are like, God damn, get this Bredo off the phone. You have a good one, man.
Already, Bredo, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. Man, I fucks with Bredo. I don't know what y'all talk about, man. Bredo, that's my dude right there, man. That's my boy right there, man. I fucks with Bredo. All right. So I said it was gonna be my last call, but somebody else had called in. I'm gonna let them get their call in. That's gonna be the last call. So that individual knows who they are. I'll let you get your last call in, and we'll wrap it up after this. And we'll slide to the mixer for a little bit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, it's Yasmin.
Yasmin, how are you doing this evening, Miss Yas?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Bredo was funny. That guy there. I know we're talking about daddy issues tonight, and I just want to say, I've left all my daddy issues at the altar. I don't even really relive a lot of things or whatnot. I just left it alone. But what I have not left at the altar was, what was it? Professor Trill's call tonight. I think it was him. Oh, every time him. I'm not sure, was it Trill or was it prepaid? But anytime any one of those guys call in, oh man, just something about they calls. I mean, it just really, really gets me like fired up,
Mm-hmm.
But I think I might have forgot about what I was supposed to be saying. Kind of lost my train of thought with Breto's call. What I wanted to say though is that I know for a minute we were talking about the daddy issues, and then Trill jumped into like the double standards and women getting rejected. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel all of that ties in because the whole time he was speaking, he was saying that, men just don't want to talk. Men just don't want to talk. Men just don't want to, shut up. We go around, all around, give all these details and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it just made absolutely no sense because there's that daddy issue right there. I mean, a man could be in the house, but if he's not there to listen to his daughter, he's not there to communicate with his daughter, she'll go out into the world like so many other women completely. We're going to constantly be clashing. So I just kind of wanted to know what were some things some solutions, because just listening to the den, the few weeks out there listening to it, I feel like there's always some sort of disconnect, like we're not understanding each other, the men and the women.
I agree with that. Now, I don't think that necessarily tied into a man and his daughter because, Trill doesn't have children. So I think that's more men and women in relationships more so as like two adults listening to each other.
And that's where I'm getting at with what Trill was saying. He's a man speaking, trying to talk to women. He's like trying to school grown people. once you pass a certain age, their head is hard now. You know, we all hard headed now. The damage is done. You know, only way a person's going to be able to listen to any type of advice anybody gives them is if they want to change themselves. You know, it start with yourself first. But the shit he was talking about was just made, I mean, absolutely no sense to me.
So what stood out to you that kind of where you got the disconnect from what he was saying as far as the talking?
When you know, he was talking about, I don't understand why women deal with these bum ass niggas. I don't understand why women deal with these losers. And, you know, but at the same time, I attract ratchet chicks. I don't know why I get the ratchet ones. Well, shit, you in the same boat as us, so I don't know why he's always getting on the phone talking shit about women.
But I think there's a difference in that. You can say that I attract ratchet chicks, but doesn't necessarily mean I want to fuck with them, as opposed to women who are fucking with these loser dudes.
And then y'all got on to the rejection. And I'm going to tell you how all this ties in. Okay, because the difference between a woman's communication with rejection, men cannot handle rejection. They say they handle rejection, but you hear all the time in the news how many times a man you see online throw a drink on a woman, spit on a woman, shoot a woman, go as far as killing a woman, stalking her because she initially told him no. She told him his truth straight up. Man can't take that. But a woman, I feel she could take it.
That's not true.
If she was to go up to a man and say, you know, oh, I'm selling you whatever, which I'm finding out not too many women do that as it is, but those who do that, you don't ever hear a woman going around shooting a man because he rejected her.
Because the woman goes after.
She bashed his tires or something.
Oh, no,
Where
yes.
That tantrum come from? That tantrum comes from the man stringing her along.
Okay, let's stop. Let's pause it. Let's pause it right there. Let's pause it right there. Let's pause it because I saw you mentioning that earlier, and I was talking about my personal situations earlier. And I'm a person that don't mind having a conversation with. I'm not going to lead you on. I'm not going to sell you a bunch of wolf tickets. But there's been several times when, say, a third party say, hey, you know, my friend, she likes you, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm cool on that. I'm not really interested. Then the friend flips out, and I'm sure the message gets back to the originator, and then she gets upset. So I become a bad guy. I have not entertained any comment. I have not wasted anybody's time. I have done none of those things. So women do flip out. I've been in situations where I've had conversations with women.
So that happened within the same hour of meeting and having a friendly conversation?
Yeah,
or does that
it
happen over a course of a few days?
But that's what I'm saying. String along would be if I'm like, having these late night breathing calls. I'm not doing any of that. And so what I'm saying is, if I'm talking to you, if a friend comes up, I don't know the chick, right? This was several times like that happened in college. You know, if chicks say, I'd seen you, my friend saw you at a party, she want to talk to you. And I'm like, who your friend? Oh, no, I'm cool, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and it happens immediately. As soon as they flip, women do the exact same thing as men do. But the reason why you don't hear about it as much is just like you said, most women don't do it. So that's why it's not as prevalent, because the man is expected to initiate. So when a man is, if you're having, say, 1,000 times more interactions from men introducing themselves or whatever it is compared to women, then you're going to hear way more stories. And I'm not saying that men can't. I talked about that men definitely, it's a lot of them that flip out. They, oh, hey, baby, what's up? You know, yada, yada, yada. Oh, no, I'm cool. Oh, fuck you then, bitch. And you this, and this. But yet you try to holler. So that happens. But the same thing happens with women, because what women is if I put the pussy on a platter and I'm handing it to you and you just like, nah, I'm cool. And then you've just insulted my whole lineage or something. And they'll do deceitful things. They'll do, you know, if they know you well enough, they'll try to undermine your whole life, you know? And so then there has been times I've had polite conversation with no intention on my behalf, and and then it may lead up to a question or a conversation about something more, and yeah, enjoy your conversation, but I'm really not interested in that. I'm cool and I'm just doing my own thing. And then the same situation has happened. So women do the same thing. You're just not going to hear about it as much because women don't initiate as much.
I wonder why we don't hear about it then. It must not be as severe.
Because not
the drink thrown on you, or
because not as many women do it. So it happens. If you're looking for it, you'll find it. But not as many women initiate, so you're not going to hear about it as much. So if it's one woman for every 1,000 men that are initiating a conversation, yeah, you're not going to hear about it as much. But women will do deceitful. They'll spread rumors on you. They'll tell lies about you. They might not get physical because they don't have a physical advantage. But yes, women will do despicable things just in their own right. It happens. Like I'm telling you, they definitely will, and I know this from personal experience.
yeah. I'm not gonna discredit your truth. You know, if that's happened to you, man, that sounds really unfortunate. But I feel all this miscommunication between men and women. I think it starts at home. It starts with the daddy issue. If the father's not, communicating with the family, he's not talking. You know, how is she going to learn to communicate with a man? You know, the last caller talked about old guys with young girls. Okay, old guys with young women. Some of these young women are sleeping with these old men for money and stuff. Of course, the gifts and stuff. But a lot of times, how many men out here balling, macking, and they still got a young woman on their side? Is because she's never had a man. She's never heard a man talk to her. She's she's there for the pillow talk. She's there getting schooled by the old cat. He's sitting up afterwards, after he done got off or whatever, pillow talking. He's schooling her. That's something her father should have done.
I believe that. I agree with that.
Mine is her having to have to go as far as bartering her body for conversation, for knowledge,
And I think they do it
And
more
it's,
for the material than
yeah.
for the knowledge,
And
though.
so I think it's, but like I said, but we're talking about materialistic, but let's be real. We have a few OGs in the hood. He ain't balling like no Hugh Hefner, you know. It's different, different classes of men get different classes of women or how much money he got. But I'm just talking like in general. The average old guy you see at the restaurant with a young girl, and he's got a decent, nice little, G-Wagon or whatever. Yeah, a nice little, car or whatever he could probably get. He's probably more financially stable than a younger man, but I don't think that's just a little, a little, a little bag is not enough to pull young pussy by itself.
You'll be surprised.
I mean, but I'm telling you as a woman, who's been out there. I'm telling you, it's more to that. It's more to that than just the material stuff. It's more to it than just the little gas money he may give her or the little light bill money or whatever. He's kind of actually taking the role of a father figure that she didn't have, whether she had a man in the house or not. He didn't talk to her. He didn't communicate with her. A lot of times, and I feel like that's why a lot of women are attracted to preachers, like these preachers, these pastors in the church. A lot of women go to because a lot of times the only time we can really hear a man talk about life in general and life expectations and life ups and downs or whatnot, the only way she can talk, the only way she's going to hear that come from a man's mouth, a lot of times is coming out over the pulpit. So they're going to go there. But if you're a man like Trill, I don't like to talk. I don't like to talk. I don't like to listen. Don't talk to me. Well, then you can't get mad at her if she's going to roll following and giving all her money and stuff to the preacher. And I just feel like that communication is very important for a man to be in the house to talk with a woman, his girl, his baby girl, his daughter, I know as a community we focus a lot on the boys not having a father, but the women need a father too. A good one. Women need a good father too. They don't need one of those dads. I was just listening to a trial. I heard one of your callers the other night spoke about this lady who starved her stepdaughter to death somewhere in Georgia. This girl had a father in the home, but this man worked 20 hours out of a day. Like, literally, nigga got up at 5 a.m. He went to work, first job, got off at 5 p.m., took a 30-minute break, got back on another job, and get home till about 12 a.m. He had absolutely no idea, or at least he claimed, what was going on with his child, with his own flesh and blood, and had this woman kill this little girl. But he thought he was being a good man, a good father, killing himself, working 19, 20 hours a day. So, you just can't just be there. It just can't be a body, and you have to be, you have to work all these levels too. Just like a woman, she could go out there and work and be a mother and be a provider, be a helper, be all this sort of stuff. Men, you can't just be one directional. You can't just say, okay, I'm a good man because I work and that's it. I'm going to go home, I don't want to say nothing, I just want to have sex. and that's it. That's his whole day. That man's day was work, eat, sleep, repeat. That was it.
But now, not too long ago,
And
we had a conversation about men having to be providers, and I believe you yourself and some other women said that he needs to make a certain level of money to keep the woman happy and things like that. So, what if that's a dynamic into the situation? He's expecting that this woman is taking care of the home or whatever the fuck she's supposed to be doing, but he's out there doing everything in his power to make sure that this woman, and supposedly should have had, that his daughter was having everything that she needed. So can he really be faulted for that?
yes, because he didn't use his brain. He didn't use his brain. Just like men are quick to say women picked the wrong man, he picked the wrong woman. There's no way she would. I mean, if I was his woman, we'd try to figure out some kind of way where he didn't have to work 20 hours a day. 2 dead-end jobs.
But that sounds good. But that sounds good. But at the same time,
money has to be budgeted.
But that sounds good. But at the same time, like I said, we had that conversation. So many women who were saying, "Oh, if he don't make this level of money, or he's not making this," so you cut out one of them jobs, and now he's not making the most money, but he still wants to be head of household.
That type of woman ain't for him then.
I don't know. That sounds like a double standard.
I don't understand with men too. Men, a man to have one eye, a hunchback, and 1 foot, but he wants his ideal woman is Barbie over there in the corner. Barbie not showing him no attention, but that's his ideal woman. In his mind, he still feel like that kind of woman is for me, even though he got a hunchback, 1 eye. A nigga toe up from the floor. Now, they got another woman that's on his level. She's saying she got the same affirmities as him. He's going to go and, okay, Barbie not showing me no attention. I'm going to go over there to, this girl here, I don't really like her that much, but hey, I guess she'll do until I get what I need.
So okay, so now he's deceiving. Now you're putting him in the situation that you're saying was fucked up earlier. Like you said, now he don't really want her, so he fucking with her, but now he's stringing along. He's being disingenuous.
So how do you change that? How do you change that? He got to change his mind. He got to be realistic about himself.
Why? Women don't.
And his expectations.
Okay, somebody made a comment the other day, and this is so women do the exact same thing, and I think they're much worse with it because you say that there's levels and all these things, which I don't believe. I say if you got to go for it, you never know what you get because you see ugly motherfuckers with fine motherfuckers all the time, and vice versa. But my thing is this, somebody made a comment. I think it might have been prepaid a while back. I don't know if you were with us when he said it, but the secretary, you can go into a law firm or a corporate business or whatever, right? And this man can own this business, he can own his law firm, can own whatever. The secretary feels like she got just as good a shot at that man as the highest paid female executive or whatever. She just taking phone calls and everything, but she feels like she has every right and deserves a shot at that man. So women don't do the same thing as far as shooting above their level?
Because, see, that's different because women are different.
No, this sounds like double standard to me.
How is that double standard?
Because you talking about his levels. If
man look at no, because what you said prepaid, does this prepaid guy, okay, does the man in this scenario that you pointed out, is he looking for a woman who's got that executive pay? No, he's not looking at the woman who's got the executive pay. His criteria for choosing a woman may be physical, and that's why the secretary feels.
So why can't the man have a physical? Why can't the man criteria be physical? That's the same thing. So if the man is attracted to a more physically attractive woman, that's the same thing.
But he's not attractive, and the woman is attractive to maybe what he can provide. You see, the criteria is more so on how smart he is with provision. A lot of women can swallow, hey, because you see it all the time. We just got to talking about old guys with young girls, and ugly dudes. You feel, how you get all these women or whatever. A lot of times women, the looks are not on the tip top on the list. But if poor old broke Quasimodo over there is lusting after badass Beyonce Barbie bitch, he's going to get Quasimodo's sister over there, and he's going to get her. He's going to work together with her. even though he don't really want her, he's going to get his money up, and then he's going to drop. He's going to string her along until he gets to the point to where now he fits the criteria to catch Beyonce Barbie bitch eyes. And that's where you get these tantrums that happen in waiting to excel. So he's been to light the cigarette and throw the bitch on the car on his ass then. Now his window's busted. Now he's, and that's what I'm saying. He needs to have realistic goals. If that's who he wants, he needs to learn to get that to that level by himself. Don't drag some other woman that you really don't want into that. That's my viewpoint.
I think it's some caveats and nuances on both of these segments, because now an extra woman that got brought into the scenario and some other things happening. All I'm saying is you shoot your shot regardless. You never know. What if you talking about badass Barbie bitch and what if her standards ain't, she don't want the most top notch thing. What if she is a person who is happy with a genuine conversation, and she's willing to work out with whatever's got going on with this man? So what if she genuinely likes what Quasimodo is talking about? So she's just out of his league just simply because of her attractiveness? I don't think so. If the man got a mouthpiece and he can say the things that she want to hear and he treats her right and everything else, then why is she out of his league? That's what I'm not comprehending.
Hey, I guess there are unicorns in every little situation, but we're just trying to be realistic here. There are unicorns. I'm not somebody that's just totally set on my mindset or whatever. You make a good point. But I'm just saying, just realistically speaking about and listening to these phone calls, realistically, these guys are like, oh, I don't understand why you let this guy do this. I mean, to me, I didn't like that at all. I just thought that was a double standard, and it's all double standards, and I think maybe it all probably start at home. Maybe our next generation, maybe our grandkids might be able to figure it out better than we can right now. But I like to think that there's hope.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you that everything does start at home. I agree with you that as a father figure, you do need to be a presence in your daughter's life. Now that I 100% agree with you. As far as you have to set that standard, especially you being the first man in her life or the first consistent man in her life, whatever else if you're a stepfather, you play whatever role you are, but setting that standard for her, helping her understand what she should and should not accept. So I agree with that.
All that comes with listening to her too, because you wouldn't want your daughter on some stripper pole listening to some guy, and she following him because he's doing what you should have done, 5-6 years ago when she was underage, or 10 years ago or whatever. So that's just my thought, but I guess, I don't know, I'll let someone else call in. I just want to clear that out. You brought up some pretty interesting viewpoints. I could see where you may say it's a double standard or whatever, but I just feel like it's a realistic view. I guess if Quasimodo got a good enough mouthpiece, but how can he have a good enough mouthpiece if, I ain't going to say Quasimodo. I know anybody who said they don't like to listen to women, how can he have a good mouthpiece if he don't like to listen?
Man, she may like what he's talking about. She may like listening to what he's talking about. I mean, if you tell her the right things, again, like I say, conversation rules the nation. You'll be surprised how far a decent conversation will get you in this world.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, you hear that, Professor Trio? There might be some hope for you, man. You might be able to step out underneath those ratchets you've been attracting.
Well, okay, but even think about that like you said, ratchets. And they this, that, or the third, they may not be the most top quality women, but you got a guy like Professor Trill, works a good job, works hard, puts in work, but they automatically fit. That's what I'm talking about, these levels. So they ain't got shit going on for them. They, out there wilding out, but then they feel like, oh, that's a good dude who got his shit together. I ain't got shit together for myself, but I feel like I'm on his level. He should holler at me. But if he was to reject them or say, nah, I'm cool on that, I'm really not interested, then they're going to get to flipping and wilding out, So
So now, yeah, see that part. Well, you taught me something tonight with that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, it goes both ways.
I've hung around with. We ain't never wild out on no guy because he don't. Okay, now you wild out on him if he string you along. You know, you don't know where you're standing, and y'all in a relationship, but he claims you're not. He's doing everything in relation. He's pretending everything as far as relationship he's doing. Yeah, then you wild out. But that what you talking about? Just because a guy said no?
It happens. It happens both ways. Like I say, you know, pride, ego, all that stuff is a real deal because I think women more so have the mentality that if I put myself out here, because, you know, we tell women, oh, you know, pussy rule the world and all this other stuff. So they feel like if I'm putting myself out here offering myself to this man, that he just has to take it. And if he doesn't, then something wrong with him. It becomes, this is what happens. It becomes if you don't want to fuck with that chick, all of a sudden, oh, you gay or you think you this or all this. No, I just don't want to fuck with you. You know, and so it becomes all these other allegations. And again, that's that ego. And again, like I said, it happens with me, and I'm not denying. You see it all the time. We've talked about this here, like niggas who do weird shit as far as when they trying to get at a woman or all this stuff, and then they get rejected and they feel a particular kind of way. It goes all the way around.
Yeah, I had a drink thrown at me in the club before. Because of that, I had even one dude threw some money at me because of that in the club. He just threw a wad of 20s at me. He just threw it at me, but I did not put the money up.
No, you should have took that.
Walking. I was just so shocked, you know.
Yeah, you should have took that shit. You should have took this shit. Somebody took it. You better pick that shit up. Go ahead and buy you a nice meal.
Somebody picked it up. But I know I was just like stunned because I mean you just get money thrown like right. That dude threw it hard too. Hit me right in the face. Damn,
that's tough. Yeah,
that is tough. But I know I mean I shoot my shot sometimes, and sometimes the guys who have said, you know, they mean like, oh, well, thank you. You know, I may compliment them at first, and they'd be like, oh, thank you, miss, but, you know, I'm married, or, oh, thank you, or, no, thank you, and they just laugh and giggle, and, you know, and he just walk on his way. I don't go after him and be like, oh, you gay guy. I don't do all of that. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, people get upset, especially if they have a certain view or a belief in themselves of, you know, that, or maybe they've had experiences where it's worked for them, you know, in the past, and maybe it's something new to them to get that rejection or whatever it is, but it happens. It definitely happens.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Well, Honcho, you have a good night.
All right, you too, Miss Yaz. I appreciate you calling in.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I think we're going to get ready to wind it on that one because I told you I give y'all a little mixer action. We're going to slide to the mixer here in just a second. But I think when it comes down to something like that, it's all ego. People have egos both sides, sexes, men, women. I think women are just, for the most part, more... They expect to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? And men, I guess, have that expectation too, because obviously what they're doing is worked before, and then when it doesn't work, they get mad about it. So my deal is, you know, church. I can't tell y'all where to go. I mean, it depends on the type of man that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I think it works with everybody. Yes, you're going to hear a lot more stories about men. And here's the deal, and that's where daddy issues come up. Because like we said, you know, when we start off the call, daddy issues is not just solely for women. It's on men too, because the daddy has to, the father, that was my father, son. The father has to be able to show that man how to, you know, speak to a woman, how to approach a woman, how to do these things appropriately. But as we talked about earlier too, even when Trill was talking, about as far as these days, you try to do something simple. You might not have any intentions of hollering at this woman. You have no intentions of getting at her. Something as simple as opening the door. And you thirsty, or you this, or look at this nigga. Here it is. Well, this nigga think he gonna get a number. Like, no, bitch, ain't nobody wants your motherfucking number. You think very highly of yourself because the niggas open the door for you. You must not have those experiences very much. You know, again, and like he said, it unfortunately, it seems to lean heavily towards black women. I'm not saying this to get anybody offended. I'm telling y'all personal experience. I'm telling y'all what I've seen. I'm telling you conversations that I've had with other men that say the same thing. And it's very unfortunate. If I'm holding the door open for you, I don't want anything from you. You know, I'm just being polite. Hey, you know, if it's still here you go. Hey, go ahead and you know, whatever, walk through whatever it's gonna be. But then for you to just make that assumption, like, if I was trying to get at you, I'm gonna get at you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, and so therefore I'm just holding this fucking door open. That's really it. But we got to ask this chap. So who rocking that? I'm trying to see what's going on. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. But here's the deal, man. I'm finna take the money, call it. But if I get ready to wind it down. But I appreciate y'all. It's good to see all different perspectives. I think we got a little bit away from kind of the conversation this morning. I think it's cool though, you know, because I think there's other elements that these things tie into. So I believe that is very important. But very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. The gym. The gym, there's the thing about the gym, because what's that? You get that dopamine and endorphins or whatever it's called, not melatonin, whatever it's fucking called. You know, there is an increased likelihood of people when they do, if you're actually working out and you're getting that flow going, that people do meet at the gym quite often. You know, there are a lot of hookups. I don't know if relationships, I don't know, there's a lot of hookups that happen from the gym. So, again, you gotta think about it. You know, can't trust a big button smile. Exactly. They know, especially these days, because they feel like that's automatic keys to the crib or some shit. You know, like the ass is like a skeleton key these days. You know what I mean? Like shit. They feel like, oh, I got that. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna admire it. It's not. I'm not gonna fall for the okie doke over no nice ass. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more that goes with that. But that shit, you know, you just gotta be careful. Take these hot ass headphones off. But again, hey, you know, I fucks with y'all. I thank y'all. I had to punch another hole in Miss Shannon's lack of black card this evening. No, I'm just fucking with you, Miss Shannon. It's all good. But if I slide up to the mixer, if you don't know what the mixer is, then like I say, it's like a gaming platform, and I just be on there talking shit about all y'all. So if you don't want me to talk shit about you, slide through. If not, then you know, it is what it is. I'm just fucking with y'all. I don't talk shit about y'all. I'm lying. I do talk shit about y'all, but I'm trying to make y'all feel better about it. But I put the link in here. Yeah, we be talking shit. ain't no point in lying, but we be talking shit. It ain't too bad though. You know, was the woman dark? Which one is the one who got upset about? The one who got upset about being rejected, or as far as holding the door open? And I hate to say this, and I really do hate to say this, but it's the truth. And trust me, because this is coming from a man who loves dark-skinned women. Like that's. Look, if you got natural hair, dark skin, and then you got some assets to go with it, look, you know, sometimes players fuck up. That's, you know, that's kryptonite to me. But a lot of dark skinned women seem to have the most issues. You know what I'm saying? And it's just true. It's unfortunate. And trust me, I have a conversation with women, even offline, not just necessarily online, because of their experiences and, you know, just the things that are going on, society's personal view of what beauty is and all that other stuff. Like, miss me with all the nonsense, you know. So my deal is, it happens, and I feel like it's very unfortunate, especially even in the black community, you know. Most niggas don't like dark-skinned women, you know, and it's unfortunate, but, you know, well, if I was free, then more for me. But, you know, it is what it is. And so that's just kind of how it goes, man. But, yeah, that nigga DeMarcus, you know, he afraid of this H-Town son, man. You know, he don't want no action. But it is what it is, you know. We can talk about it, we can work on it, and hopefully we can all take something away from it and become better ourselves. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Look, that light skin shit, you know, it might have been cool in the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? But now that shit's so prevalent, that shit ain't even a novelty no more. You know, they it used to be a novelty. That shit ain't even a novelty no more. Y'all oversaturated. I'm talking shit. But as I say, man, I'm a natural. I love natural. That's just me. You know, it's to me genuine beauty, natural beauty. It ain't got to be a bunch of makeup. It ain't got to be a bunch of stuff. And I know, you know, that makes some women feel better about themselves or whatever's going on. But just the more natural, the better. You know what I'm saying? So it is. That's how I rock. That's just my personal feelings about it. But everybody's not gonna think like me, you know, and it is what it is. But with that being said, man, hey, make sure if you're enjoying the conversation, don't be a Maria. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to it. You know. And I'm gonna be honest, something though too, what I've noticed with a lot of dark skinned women, and again, I hate to say these things, it's just me being genuine from the heart. But it seems like more dark skinned women, because of the lack of attention that men generally give them or whatever it may be, it seems like they almost act out more. You know, like they're willing to do more outrageous stuff, or they respond to things in a different fashion. And again, not all, because some of the nicest women I have ever met, some of the most put together women I've ever met have been dark skinned women. And what I mean put together, I mean mentally, physically, you know, all those things together. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, and I'm not saying there aren't beautiful women of all categories. There's beautiful women of every category. I'm just saying my personal preference. But I've dated, like I said, I've dated light-skinned women. I've been in long-term relationships with them. I've dated outside my race, all kind of things. I've definitely been an equal opportunity hoe. So you know how that go. But folks, this is where we're gonna cut the ride short. But I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. You know, I fucks with y'all. I really do. I appreciate every perspective, whether I don't 100% agree, whether I do agree, whether I have no fucking idea, no idea what y'all talking about. But I fuck with y'all, man, because this is about having that conversation. It's about having perspectives. It's about, you know, helping other people understand, you know, what it's like to walk in your shoes, man. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I thank you. It is an honor. It is a privilege. I sincerely mean that, to get to chop it up with y'all each and every night. Hey, if you want to follow my personal social media, you can go to Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. I take dirty DMs too, so you know it's all good. I ain't even tripping. I'm just fucking with y'all. Do that shit, but don't do that shit. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Den Show Live. You want to send an email, denshowlive@gmail.com. You can always call the line, whether the line is active or not. 833-284-3336. You can leave a voicemail, send a text message if you got a news story or something funny you just want to share. You can, thank you, Miss Batty Boutique. I appreciate it. You can send a, like I say, screenshot. If you've got just a funny meme, anything, you know, I enjoy that. And I try to chop it up with y'all throughout the day, whoever reaches out. So you can send that, and I'll definitely, you know, appreciate the thoughts and things like that. If you want to support the channel, you can always make a one-time donation. Again, shout out to Thunderbolt, $99.99 for the Benjamin Love. You go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. If you want to make a pledge monthly to the channel and support the channel on a long-term basis, patreon.com/The Den Show is where you can find that. Post a mixer link again. Yeah, let me pull up. Hold on. How far ago did I post it? Oh, here we go. It's way up in the fucking chat. All right. And so I'll probably be on the mixer. What time is it? Probably about 5-10 minutes before I get on the mixer and be on there fucking up all the body counts. But there's the link right there for the mixer. I appreciate you. I thank you. Y'all are great people, man. Y'all are really great people. And again, for everybody who today opened up and just shared their story, I sincerely thank you, because it gave me, and I think some of the other men also, really received a different perspective on things that we don't experience, and that's what this is about. So with that being said, hey, trying to produce, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. If you're in the mixer, I'll catch you in the mixer. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow. See, female pimp Stelly be trying to pimp me out. You know what I'm saying? Look, yeah, I ain't paying no choosing fee. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. And I'll catch y'all 10 a.m. in the morning for the final morning den of the week for Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time. Remember, den at 10 a.m. Central, 10 p.m. Central. That being said, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm finna steal pistachios, and I'm pimping, and I'm sock checking. So y'all better be on your note. Y'all ain't got to get the fuck, but I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Y'all ain't got to go. Y'all should be, it's late. If y'all ain't at home, shame on y'all running them streets. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be better than what you're doing. You know, I'm just ashamed. I'm gonna call somebody mama. I'm gonna tell somebody mama on y'all. And oh, there go the trolls. Y'all, you love to see them, don't you? You love to see them. Maybe they feel like they're doing something. I could never be that bored to be a troll. But I'll catch y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flip side tomorrow, man. Already.